Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the second episode. It took fucking 6 months, I think, for the second episode of this monkey cast. And I couldn't find any guests because Dave never wanted to come. And he's like the only one I actually asked. So I thought I'll hop in later after you warmed up. Okay. And here comes a very, very special guest. The one and only. The person I built this brand with. The person I could have done without it. A great friend. A partner. A guy I love. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the man behind the YouTube channel, Markoni, the editor. You have a fucking beard? Oh shit, he's making a meme?
What's up, guys?
What the fuck is that?
Just reading my 5th book of the day. Okay?
You look so different. What is that?
I'm just reading this is the dictionary to German, Serbian to German, actually Serbo-Croatian to German.
You
I'm
look
really
so
smart.
different, man. I met Markoni, what, 2018 or some shit?
Yeah, as you can see,
you look like a fucking mafia gangster. You look like a guy at the airport who's like, hey, you want to buy drugs?
I guess you're gonna keep interrupting me.
Oh.
Anyways, so today I thought, because it's a special occasion, I read my 5th book in a row. I know, I'm really smart. Anyways, it's me, the monkey behind all the videos. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not really good at this stuff. Fuck, I was gonna call him something more than that. This is bad.
At least you're good at looking.
Anyways,
like a mafia boy.
I knew you were gonna say that, so I actually prepared a picture. I mean, I found this picture in my drawer. So this is how I look like a year ago, right?
Dude, yeah, that's how I know him. Dude, the craziest thing is you have so much hair, man. Look at that, he has so much hair.
Yeah, so listen, sometimes you get a little bit bored with how you look. No, you know? So I thought, let's try and grow a beard. As you can see, it's not going too hot. Let's be honest here.
You know, a beard has to be like here and not so much here.
As I said, it's not going too hot. It really isn't. It really isn't.
Oh, that's like a neck beard. Great, dude. But holy shit, I'm kind of afraid of you. I'm scared you're gonna fucking pull a gun.
Which do you want to be?
What the fuck? Imagine Markoni walking around like this in a city, man. Well, what the fuck? Here's $5. Let's buy something nice.
Okay, let me take off the stuff now. Anyways, that was the idea, right? So yeah, I knew you were gonna say that about the beard and the hair stuff, but I'm trying out long hair with a beard. But let's be honest, the beard is not really going too hot. The jeans are really not kicking in. Okay, I'll be honest. They're really not kicking in.
You tried, man, but you look legit very mafia, man.
Okay.
Look at the pullover, guys. Dude, are you working out? Do you work out, man? Dude, can you...
I
used to, man. You're like fucking 17. What do you mean used to? Look at that, man.
Before Corona, because you need a mask now, right? You need a mask now.
Look at that. Do you still have all your fingers, or did the mafia... Yeah, he still has all fingers.
I cut other people's fingers.
Look at these editing fingers, man. There's so many muscles in there.
Oh, it's really... It's really hot in here.
I know that feeling. Okay, I can't read chat right now.
I should probably just wear my Vikings in Paris t-shirt that you can get right now on vikinginparis.net.
Holy shit, man. Dude, actually, Markoni texted me some weeks ago and he said, yo, man, I thought your merch is just meme stuff, but it's actually fucking nice quality.
I said it's good. I didn't say that.
Look at that shirt, man. Look at that shirt.
Yeah, anyways, okay. So let's just 1 second. This shirt, I need like 2 minutes or a minute because this shirt is actually really dirty because I wore it 2 days ago and I forgot to prepare it because of the podcast.
So you're gonna change your shirt now.
Yeah.
Damn, here we go, boys. Here we go.
Right.
Well, Chad, that's Marco. He looks so different than how I know him, man. He looks legit like a mafia boy. Like if I would meet him like this in real life, I'd be like, sir, don't rob me. He has a lot of hair, yeah. Yeah, chat, welcome to the second episode of the Boomercast. I have to be a bit quiet because my girlfriend is doing yoga in another room and she hates when I'm too loud. This guy is mafia, man. This guy over here is mafia and I'm like afraid of a yoga girlfriend. That's what it is. And welcome back. Today we're talking to my boy, Markoni, and he's gone for a second because I'm putting on my questions. I have like 2 questions and then that's it, man. We don't have much. There he is. So professional, so professional. Gentlemen, during the podcast, you can ask your own questions. I mean, this is all spontaneous. We're not professionals at this. And we will see where this goes. I have some... Sorry, man. I have some...
Yeah, what's up?
I have like 2 questions. And it looks so different, man.
Yeah, it's rough. Like I'm trying it out. I swear, that's why I asked you like a few days ago. What do you do with your beard? Because unfortunately, it's not really going too hot for me, as I mentioned.
That comes, man. That over the years you will learn and shit.
Oh yeah, just one thing. People are gonna ask, why does it have a Greek flag on top of it? Well, it's a little bit, it's a little bit fucked up.
What the fuck?
So yeah, look at this.
Dude, that is some Balkan shit. Oh.
Yeah, it's a little bit fucked up.
I don't want to know how many sweaty balls were on that stuff.
So I have to put it there because there's like stuff like this all over the floor.
What is that?
From the chair. Look, it's like
that's like the okay.
Yeah, I have to put a thing on so it doesn't like actually like shred like a cat or something. So that's why.
So where are you right now? I remember watching your stream a while ago, and you were like in this little mini room, and now your room looks like great. Man, look at that table, man. Looks like IKEA.
Well, I've been here for like a year now. Like it's been.
This is like your own apartment.
Yeah. So I'm okay. So, quick story. I moved to Novi Sad, which is like the bigger city.
Novi Sad.
I lived in like a smaller city, and I moved because I was going to college, right? And then I did 2 months of college, and I was like, okay, this is definitely not for me, and I'm gonna just drop out. And I'll think about it. And
He's already a college dropout.
One thing about it though, I got a full refund, so it's basically free. Besides like the exam.
You got the 2 years that you paid back.
No, we don't pay 2 years. You pay like per 2 months or something. Like it's a semester kind of. I don't know how to explain it. It's like
fuck university, right? Fuck that.
So yeah, I realized like, holy shit, I'm gonna be depressed in 2 years, and I'm gonna maybe like, it's not gonna be looking too hot. So I decided, I'm just gonna drop out. My mom wanted to kill me, as they do.
What? Nah. She reacted like, son, you need to get the real job. You need.
Yeah, of course. No, I think she just thinks the degree is like really important, right? Even though people are, it's not. It's different nowadays.
Markoni scammed the college, probably. You just joined the mafia. Professor, you give me the degree.
But yeah, like now I moved to Novi Sad, and I just live here now for like a year and like 3 months or something. So
looks like a nice apartment. It looks better than mine.
It is, yeah.
Look, there's a vacuum cleaner on the back. He cleans his own apartment, guys. What? I started doing that when I was 28.
So as I said, this chair sheds a lot, so I have to keep like vacuuming around the chair so it's not dirty because it's so frustrating. And I don't want to buy a new chair because this one isn't that old, right? It's like 2 years.
But hey, I like the style, man. Like the wood of the table and the other thing, Oh, you left. Good style, man. Good style.
Yeah, it's definitely not me who picked that out. Let's be honest here. It was definitely
who picked that out? Who picked that?
It was my mom. She I just don't care,
Son, let me buy.
You know how it is, right?
Good taste.
Yeah.
Good taste.
I know how it is. Like when you did you care about stuff? How it looked like? Not that much, right?
No.
Probably cares.
I would say if I wouldn't have Lisa, I would literally live in an empty space.
Same.
This did you just? You said same. I thought you say save like the Zoomers. But yeah, all the fucking decorations, all the girls, man, all the girls.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a few things that I added. I added like how do you explain it? Like where you put like paper on, you like put a thing. I don't know how to say in English, but there's like a thing where you can just put papers on. So that's for organizing. Here, I'll just show it like that.
Oh yeah. This is where I put my World of Warcraft chores. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually. Yeah, of course, right? As you do. World of Warcraft cards. But what is it called?
A bulletin board. A bulletin board.
Yeah. So I use that because I'm just like we talked about this actually. I'm ADHD. I feel like a little bit. Like I have a hard time.
We just talked about that. Yeah. In private.
It's like I like to organize stuff, so it like helps me like clear my mind because it always feels very clouded. Like it's like there's like a fucking, how do you say in English? I don't know.
I know what you mean. Yeah, we just talked about this in private chat that me and Markoni think, especially me, man, that in the last 3 years of this whole thing coming, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, we got this, we call it ADHD. I don't think it's ADHD, but there's so much in our brains and so much going on that we can't keep up. And like Markoni has there, we have to organize stuff. I have a book. I mean, look at this shit. I have this book here, and it has all my... there's passwords, 1 sec. And it has all my chores. And I always look, when I'm done, I take them away and stuff. And I have all these chores. Yeah. The funny thing is, though, I never look into this book.
I have the same thing. See with this one?
He has a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's just you just like shred it out. So like in your brain, you're like, I am done with that. You know, and then you like I have 2 more things left, and then la la la.
Is that called being adult? I guess so. It's like when your mom doesn't take care of your shit anymore. Son, tomorrow you have a doctor's appointment, and now you have to do it yourself, man. And
it's rough, dude. Like
it's hard.
I'm not as old as you are, obviously, and I probably have less like adult things. But like getting into the adult stage is very like, you know, it's very intimidating.
It's also new, the adult stage. I mean, for me, I've been there. Actually, I sometimes feel like I never reached the adult stage until I was 27. It sounds so weird. Yeah, but it's different. But you have so much more freedom, right? You could literally be naked right now and dance in your room if you wanted to.
That's the best part, dude. I fucking love that, dude. You just go in boxers and like you don't give a fuck. That's the best fucking shit about
that's true.
Being in your own place.
How old is Markoni? 20, right?
Yeah, I'm 20.
I have this involuntary mean. I always call him 18 because I met him when he was 18, and to me he's always Markoni, you're 18. But dude, he's almost like an old man soon.
Yeah, this year I'm 21.
And how tall is Markoni? How tall is Markoni?
I have no idea, because last time I measured, I was 14 or 15, and that's when, after that time, you get a growth spurt, right? That's when you actually start growing.
He's just a little bit under me, I think. 175, something like that.
In between 174 and 180, somewhere in there. So I'm a midget for Serbia, let's be honest. I'm actually literally a midget for Serbia, because Serbs are like, on average, like 182 or some shit. They're like one of the tallest people in the world. So...
Well, there we go. Why chat is that? Gentlemen, this is the legend himself. Just, this is on YouTube, man. You have to spam. Yeah, there we go. That is the chat. That is the chat. How much money is Markoni taking? Here we go. There's the big numbers. Well, gentlemen, we got Markoni here. I was asking for questions on YouTube and Twitch and everywhere, and no one sent me any questions, man. Dude, I got like 2 questions.
The community post, though. The community post, they posted questions. I didn't check them.
Oh, really?
Maybe
let me check. Wait. Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah, let me check. YouTube community post. On YouTube, you can reach so many people, man. A lot of questions on the YouTube community post. I mean, that's like Markoni's domain. They know him. Second,
it's a classic. It's a classic. Question:
145 comments. Holy crap!
Is Markoni or Tommy patriotic towards their country? Classic. One of the best questions out there. But there's a lot of shit questions, it seems. There's really bad questions. But
I didn't even see this before. Here, top rated question. I don't know if this has been answered, but how did Markoni and Tommy meet?
Oh, we're gonna start with that one?
Okay. We should.
Okay, so do you remember this actually? Or
I think I remember. I
remember very, very vividly because it's like kind of important, I guess. So one day I used to like, okay, so actually just a little pre-story. Before I actually like met Tommy, I played Hoi 4 a little bit. I thought it was a bad game. No offense to all you guys that love Hoi 4, because I come from Victoria 2, right? And I think Victoria 2 is a 10 times better of a game. But it's okay. It happens, I guess. But so I started playing Hoi 4. But the reason why I used to make YouTube videos myself. But the reason why I used to make YouTube videos is because I met Prussian Prince, if any of you remember him, and he used to get free DLCs because he did YouTube for Paradox games. And he went to fucking Sweden, Stockholm, 2017 ParadoxCon. He went there for free. They paid his hotel and everything. And I was like, wait, I can get free shit if I make random shitty videos on YouTube. So I was like, okay, of course I'm going to do this, right? This is just easy. You get free stuff. So actually, I started making videos and I actually got free DLCs. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like this is a life hack for the viewers. You don't even need that many viewers and subs to get free games from people, from companies.
Yeah, so basically it came from my Serbian sense of wanting free shit, as you do, right? That's where it always comes from. And then I guess I was like playing Hoi 4 MP. I wanted to look for games because I thought that would be like interesting content, right? Because multiplayer is just better than single player. And then I found Tommy actually, one of them. And he was playing South Africa. I was playing Brazil.
You still remember what I played?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Dude, it's vividly in my head. I don't know why I remember this. It's very important, I guess. But yeah.
These first videos you made that you just talked about, what were they? What was that content?
I played shitty mods for Hoi 4. Yeah, that's about it.
I never knew that. I never knew.
Yeah, I deleted all them
videos before.
I deleted all of them from the channel because I thought they were fucking dog shit. So I really don't want to. I just wanted to get them out of there. Even like in general, just like old videos that I used to make, even for like the TommyKay channel, those first few videos are so fucking bad. It's like it makes me cringe because I actually just like watched through a lot of them. I was because I'm doing the clip thing that you know I mentioned today.
Yeah.
and I watched through all of them, and it's so bad. I'm always this close to deleting them, but I'm not gonna do it for the TommyKay channel because it's like part of the story. But for that other stuff, it was so bad, and I was so monotone when I talk. Today we're playing you're playing the shitty mods, you know. So and then I just deleted them. But yeah, they were just mods, I think, from what I remember. Kaiserreich and shit. Yeah.
The earliest thing I remember is at that time I was always playing with the same dudes. Bragan was always the host, and there was like Jekku and stuff, always the same people. It was like the beginnings of Hoi4, man. Nobody was fucking playing multiplayer yet. And I was in Discord, and you joined the game. And I instantly realized, that's what my brain remembers, that you were high energy and you had this thing, right? When you join a Discord with 10 people, everybody is quiet and, hello guys, hello. And Markoni was instantly, hey, what's up boys, what's up, huh? What's going on here, little bitches, huh? Yeah. But what happened then? So
that's what most people like tell me when they first meet me. I'm very like hyperactive, kind of. Like
you need that though. You need that though.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like in general, just like when meeting people, you either like me or you dislike me. I don't think there's very much in between when it comes to like my personal stuff. But yeah, anyways, so you were playing South Africa, I was playing Brazil, and then it was really boring because you know it's fucking early game Hoi4 MP, nothing happens like every other stream like in 2018, right? And then we were talking about how you were saying how you're the best Hoi4 player. I'm the best Hoi4 player. That's what you should like say the entire time in South Africa, and I'm like. Oh, that's cool. I'm the best Victoria 2 player. That's what I said. And when I was in Brazil. And then we just kept going back and forth. And then the game ended because games died.
Yeah, like 4. Yeah. Game just ends.
And then you're like, okay, here I'm gonna send you a Discord and you come into this Discord. And it was the Coca-Cola Discord, if you remember that. There's
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yes, with KLS and Kane and shit.
Yeah. White, etc., etc.
And they were like they were like really, really good Hoi4 players, almost the best, I would say.
Yeah,
I remember.
You guys can also watch all the videos if you want to like get them. Don't worry about them. I guess.
Watch the videos, buy the merch, subscribe.
But yeah, what is it called?
I don't remember that anymore.
I didn't even know you were streaming at the time, and then you were like, "Oh yeah, I stream." And I check out the stream and I watch it for like an hour or two, and I'm like, "Dude, this guy's kind of funny." Like, you know, I don't know how to describe it. I just felt you reminded me of like those popular people. But like you're really small, and at the time I was doing that YouTube stuff. I was editing. I was trying to get into editing because I really enjoyed editing. I mean, I do now, but it's not the same like enthusiasm when you first start, right? But what is it called? And then after that, I was there's the one day after one stream. It was maybe the Russia Irish stream, if you remember that one.
Yes, so long ago.
I asked you on Steam. I'm like, hey, would you want me to edit for you like a couple of videos for you? And then you said yes, and then we started doing that, and that's when I made the first video in like a day or something, day or two. And then there's like always a big hype when any video got released back in the day. You're like, if we get 2 subs today, Twitch subs, we're gonna do a video.
That's what used to happen. 2 Twitch subs, we're gonna release a new video, man.
And so that's how it started. And then after that, we had there's a couple of stuff, right? Dave maybe remembers this feedback. There's like that little tournament we were supposed to have, and the drama that came out of that.
Yes.
Didn't
you plan that?
Yeah, I was planning that. Funny enough, I actually had what's his name? Spiffing Brit was in it. Bokwan.
So just some context here, Markoni was planning a tournament between all the Hoi4 content creators. That he was planning that. He was texting them all and stuff. And he was texting all the big boys. Spiffing was still smaller and stuff. Yeah, he texted them all. Yeah.
But this was when like Tommy had like maybe 20 viewers on average on Twitch. YouTube literally had 400 subscribers. We were literally no one. So of course that's where the RIMI drama comes from. It's kind of, it's kind of like whatever at this point.
What is the RIMI drama, please?
Literally, okay. Should we go into that? I mean, we could just get it out of the way.
I mean, chat is fucking dead. I was wondering if I can do a thing that they stay longer, so it doesn't look like we're. One sec. Let me do something real quick. Oh fuck. I'm sorry. Anyway, you just talk. I need to fix some shit.
Okay, so basically the RIMI drama. Okay, just to prefix this with everything, no one gives a fuck anymore about this stuff. Literally, no one cares. I don't care. I don't think Tommy cares. I don't think RIMI. I don't know why would RIMI care, but no one gives a fuck. It was really childish. It was really dumb. I don't know. It was just really just dumb situation. It's kind of lame now when you look back at it. When you like actually.
It's true.
That. So basically, what happened is there's a mix of tryhard Hoi4 players that want to tryhard rules in this game, it'd be like a game of like 20 people. Everyone would play like a major country. You have Spiffing, fucking BALKAN, Tommy, Kane, KLS, and all those people. But it was a mix of for fun and tryhard, right? AKA content for like people tryharding. So the rules that we had to make, the rules had to be like either like content-wise, creator like for fun, or you could do the more tryhard rules. And then that's where the drama came in. And basically, like, all the content creators didn't want to play because of the strict rules and the tryhard rules. And I was like, wait, but the game's gonna be dog shit. I didn't really think about the content back in the day. I wanted just to be more competitive, right? Because the stuff where I come from, Victoria 2 stuff that I used to play, it was very competitive, right? It was very competitive Victoria 2 games. So I was always like, I resonate more with Tommy and KLS and all those people that want tryhard rules. But back in the day, I didn't really think about content-wise. But in the end, I think that's a good thing. I'm glad that happened, so we can evolve from it.
I think these moments were very important because they kind of created this entire thing of this alphaness and fuck everyone else and let's destroy everyone. Like I remember, again, nothing against RIMI. This doesn't matter anymore. But I remember Markoni texting me, "Yo, RIMI doesn't want to play in the tournament." I gotta be honest, at that moment I didn't care so much about the tournament, but I was ready for it. And then Markoni sent me a clip from RIMI's streamer. RIMI said,
"Yeah,
he said something like." Markoni and Tommy, they have no subs anyway, they don't matter, or something like that. And that was nice. I like that because that triggered us to be like, let's see where this goes.
It was a spark that made like a fire, kind of. Now,
yeah.
To the point where like it's always like us against the world. That was like the kind of like the story behind it, right?
That's true. In the beginning, and still, it always there's us against everyone. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's what happened. Dude, I remember vividly me organizing this stuff. I was in school. I was high school at the time, and there's like important classes, and I turn my back like this, and I just type on my phone to get everyone together for the Way4 tournament. And I didn't care about anything. I just wanted to make that happen. And then there was drama, and I was supposed to go out with my friends after school, and then I was like, no, I have to do something. I have to do something really important. And I literally the entire night I spent typing on Discord to try to like make sure like we can actually get the game going. But again, it died. But then we had like a smaller game, which was more tryhard, which was kind of okay. That's on YouTube. You can find that like game. That's when Tommy had Dwight was playing China and Tommy was Japan, and it was like
it feels so long ago, man. It wasn't that long ago, but it feels like a whole different life. Because you have to understand, at that moment, me and Markoni had very, very different lives, man. Very different.
Yeah, you were like you had to work
worlds.
in supermarkets, fucking. You were, like, what is it called?
You were in high school, right? And I was just, I was a law student in the supermarket. I came just back from China, and I realized, oh my god, fuck law school. This is not good. This is not, and I had big money problems. I remember I had no money anymore. And I was a student for so long that the German state would not give me money anymore. So I was like, whew, it's getting hard to breathe.
Yeah, for sure. Like, for me, it's obviously a little bit different because I was like, I mean, I'm younger still. But I was like way younger. Like I was still in high school, and I just like I didn't know what to really do technically. The only idea I had was like economy and tourism. Something after I do college after that, after high school. But now that I look back at it, I'm so glad. I'm so fucking glad I got this editing thing going because I fucking hate school. I really don't like school. Like it's the one thing that I really like. I always hated kind of because I'm always very much about self-teaching and like teaching myself through the internet. A lot of people I think are nowadays like this. And I just really hated academica. Like that shit. College was not for me at all. That's why I dropped out like in 2 months. I instantly knew that I was like, this is not gonna work. Because either one's gonna sacrifice, like college, or I'm gonna fucking be stuck 6 years in college like an idiot, like a fucking degenerate.
Idiot.
Yeah, like a degenerate.
College.
Yeah, like a degenerate, or I'll fuck up like the job that I have like one opportunity to have this job and make something out of it. And I'm fucking glad I took like the editing thing. It's only been like going good so far.
Yeah, I think when you have the privilege to find a job like this where you're self-employed, you're free, and you make some money, you very quickly realize, I think a lot of people have the same experience, that school, college is not, maybe not your thing. A lot of people will probably go the same way.
Yeah, it depends on a person. I think like there's like some stuff, sometimes when you talk to each other about it, and you always see like, there's always a path for different kind of people. Like my path is not college. Your path is not college.
Yeah, and,
like,
it's nice to have that opportunity that you don't have to go to path. A lot of people, right? Yeah. Have to go to path, which will bring us to the second question. Someone was asking, where would you see yourself if Twitch and YouTube or us meeting never happened? Where would you be right now? And we will both be college kids, I will think, at this moment. Yeah.
I'll be a dumbass that'll be in college right now, really hating it.
What would you study? What would you study?
Fucking tourism.
Tourism.
Which is dead now. Which is dead as fuck because of COVID. It's just dead.
Tourism.
You don't even know.
Welcome to Serbia. I show you where you can buy the cigarette.
Yeah. I still have friends from from that same college. Like they had tourism, and they're telling me like they're supposed to like go to like some places, you know, like IRL to practice the stuff, and they did none of that stuff like at all, like at all because of COVID. And I'm like, dude. When I decided to drop out, that was in December 2019. That's when COVID started to happen, and then January, February, and March, and they all can't go to school anymore. They have to do everything online, you know. And meanwhile, I'm just fucking editing videos. I don't give a fuck. It was such a good decision. It's insane. I look back at it now. Honestly, like one of the best decisions I made so far. Like when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, I would be in tourism or like economics, or if not that, like accountant. And you can tell that I really don't want to do that. To be honest, that seems a little bit boring. Like you know. Yeah. It's kind of like lawyer for you, right? For you, lawyer was like the job.
If this thing would have never happened, I would have had to push myself to law school, because the honest to God truth is, and it's so nice because of this job now. I can say this openly, because before you couldn't say this openly. I didn't like law school. It was like, I think often people go to college because they have to. I need to get something done, blah blah blah, and I would have never like. So right now I talk about this with this a lot. About this a lot. I would right now be in a 2-year trial thing where you have to work for lawyers and judges, and I would make 800 euros a month. That will be my life right now. And me and Lisa talk about it sometimes, because we could not afford this apartment and stuff.
Yeah, that really sucks. You guys are like, when you finish college, you work like 4 years in college, and you fucking give your best, and then you have an 800 euro job for like 2 years until you're ready enough to do it. I was just like, it's so fucked. Yeah. And meanwhile, like, compared to now, it's so much better, like for you and like for me. Obviously this is very like rare for people to happen, but yeah, I'm really grateful for being able to do this. That's really,
the thing, yeah. I just talked about this on stream today. That this whole feeling of this thing working makes you like humble in a way. It's like such a dream coming true that it's sometimes unreal, and you have, at least I feel like this, I have a lot of respect to this whole thing.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's truly such a privilege in a way.
Yeah. There's moments, I feel you probably have these moments too. And like I'm like, man, I just like don't feel like working today, editing. And then I'm just like, listen, you fucking idiot. There's people out there working for 400 euros in a supermarket, 300 euros in Serbia, and they're not doing jack shit. They have to wake up at 8 a.m. Meanwhile, I'm a fucking idiot that wakes up like whenever, right? And I'm like, oh, it's so hard for me to. I mean, I understand. It's like also like when you, Anyways, I have to like edit, so it's a lot about discipline. I think I learned that everything like about. You probably have the same thing, right? It's a lot about discipline, like the entire work thing when you're self-employed.
That is true. In this job, editing and content creation, you are your own boss, and you decide. Like, Markoni could take a week off, I could take a month off. We can do this if we want, but you have to show this discipline, otherwise this goes nowhere, man. Yeah,
it's fucked taking breaks on YouTube, actually, like, because I thought about it, and I'm like, always like, I can just like, I don't really take breaks ever, like throughout the year. The only last time I took a break was like last year, January, because I was trying out like a new idea where I just like wanted to spam videos really fast. It was like, whatever, I don't want to go into it. But yeah, that's the only time I actually had like an actual break. And I always just like spam all videos. And it's fucked because if you do that on YouTube, if you actually take a break, the algorithm just kind of fucks you, right? So you have to like keep uploading videos. You can't really take big breaks. So, I mean, which I don't really mind. I don't think it's that big of a problem for me to like be like, hey, today I'm going to work for 7-8 hours and then I can do whatever I want. Sometimes it's annoying, but you got to like push it out. You got to be disciplined. It's like part of like, I guess, working.
I gotta always say that in the past few years, I was always happy to not be on the YouTube side and I'm on the streamer side. When I see you and listen to you and Alex and Dave, I always felt like YouTube wouldn't have been my métier, with all the algorithms, the way you have to clickbait, you can get in trouble, the ads, there's so much going on there, and I'm very happy I don't have to look into that stuff.
I always want to, I think it's a good time in the podcast, I can just link people to stuff. I really don't like clickbaiting. Like, I don't know if people like understand that. I don't really enjoy it at all. Like, people think I do it like because I want to. I really don't. I do it because I have to, right? Like, it's part of like.
The thing. You have to do this.
Part of the job. Yeah. I always when they might ask me like a Discord and DMs. I always said the worst part about this job is not anything. It's literally just making thumbnails or coming up with ideas for thumbnails with Sevi and giving titles. or putting up titles. That's literally the worst part about the job for me. I fucking despise myself. There's like, maybe this is too real, but I literally like start hating myself a little bit for having to do these clickbait titles. But
I can
it's
understand,
such a, yeah, it's such an ingrained part of YouTube that if you don't do it, I tested, I tried, and they just get less views. It's the fucked up way of YouTube. In like the most recent example is the community post stuff that Spiffing did or whatever.
Yeah.
They showed, and I really had like a conundrum. I wanted to like, I thought about it. Do I actually do this bullshit? Because I feel kind of dirty doing this, right? Even though I don't think it's that dirty.
That's
so
the thing, why I'm so happy to not be on YouTube. That you have to be dirty. YouTube pushes you with their algorithm, pushes you into this corner. You have to do it, right? You have to do it. That's the thing.
You know what they say? There's like that from Incredibles or whatever. When everyone's a superhero, no one's a superhero. When everyone clickbaits, no one clickbaits. Literally, that's it. When everyone clickbaits, no one clickbaits. And if like that's the like the meta. And if you don't clickbait, you're left behind. Same like with everything. It's like you're left behind if you don't like actually like. Which is, I mean, it's fine. It's part of the job. I'm not gonna complain about it. But people ask me what's the worst part. That's definitely the worst part about like the entire job thing.
The worst part about editing, you say, is that you have to go into these dark waters with clickbait and stuff? Is that the worst part?
Well, I mean, when I say editing, I include like managing a YouTube channel, right? So like, if you include those two, yeah, I don't really have a problem with editing. I don't think editing's tedious, but I still like it. Like, I don't think making a video itself is really fun and rewarding sometimes. The only issue with editing is deadlines. That's the only issue with deadlines. If I have a deadline and I put for myself, hey, I need to upload a video tomorrow, that's when it gets a little bit annoying. But itself is really not annoying. But as with channel managing, it's literally just the thumbnail and the titles. Thumbnail and titles, tags, and all that stuff, all the YouTube things that you have to do are the most annoying part about it for me. Yeah, that's the worst part for me, personally. I don't think it's for everyone else, but I just really don't like doing that stuff. Right? I just like making videos, kind of like that are funny.
And that shows the discipline that you put on yourself when you say you put yourself a deadline on tomorrow and you keep that. That's where I think you're also so much better than me, because I'm just this lazy streamer. I put myself on deadlines. Tomorrow you have to do this email. Tomorrow you're gonna play this Hoi Format, and I never do it, man.
Yeah.
And the problem is I can get away with it. That's always the bad thing.
Well, I think it's fine. So this is how I look at it, right? I used to think like maybe that's not good, but now I have a different opinion on like how you just like don't want to. You're a free kind of person. I don't know how to explain it. You're like a free will person. You're like, hey, today, you know what? I'm just gonna play World of Warcraft. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna play World of Warcraft. And I think that's good because that's what makes you who you are. I think I genuinely don't mind that at all. I'm like, cool. He's cooling off. Like, it's good. And I just accept it because I think that's what makes you like an actually interesting person. And like, it allows you not to burn out and be boring. That's what I mean. So I don't think that's an issue. Chat obviously gets frustrated because they want to watch Abdulaziz and Hoi 4, right? But I never thought about it that much. The only reason I put a deadline for myself is because I know that when I have like a fire under my ass, I'm always gonna like perform better or like do stuff when I need to. If I don't put a fire under my ass, I'm just gonna be like a lazy fuck, you know? Like I have to like push myself, which is fucked because you stress yourself out, and it's like a different thing. That's like the one thing I do too much. But I don't think it's that bad. Like you can, you know, people have it worse, I guess. I don't know how to say it.
Do you? I as a content creator, I have always this feeling of balancing two worlds. It's the world of business. I want to do business. I want sponsors. I want to, for example, stream Hoi 4 every day to get the big views, make big money, blah, blah. And the other side of, I still want to be myself. I want to do what I want, blah, blah, blah. Do you also struggle with these two worlds as an editor of this business, success, money world, and this I want to be myself and want to do something that's fun world? Yeah,
100%. I always viewed the community, TommyKay community, as like a baby, right? It's like our baby kind of.
That's a baby.
It's honestly like our baby. It's my little baby. I'm gonna take care of it. I don't want to like not take care of like my little baby. It's something I built, something I raised for like 3 years with Tommy. We both fucking put our blood and sweat and tears into this shit, and now I'm just gonna like abuse them for like some kind of stuff. That's always my issue. I'm always like, I want to like build a community, and I want to make that. I want to make good channels and like videos and like a good channel and everything. But then, yeah, obviously sponsors are kind of annoying. But I think I developed a thing where nowadays I think people are just aware. Sponsors, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just gonna skip over it. I would say that if you have a problem with watching the sponsorship stuff, just skip it. I don't give a fuck. It's fine. I would skip it too. I skip sponsors, and like it's completely normal. That's literally like part of the thing. And maybe I don't think it's bad for me to say that. I think sponsors are aware of that. People, when you want to watch something, you always want to like give people an option. it should be optional. Everything should be optional. But yeah, like when you ask that question, the biggest example I think is of putting less effort into a video than I need to, than I have to. Like I can just make a really low effort video, and it probably people will be like, "Ooh, it's still a good video, right?" But then I feel bad about it because I'm like,
yeah,
I didn't make a good video. I want to like make a good video for them. But then sometimes like, well, I need to release this video, and this content might not be as good, and I can't blah blah blah. There's like always a mix, and it's honestly just a balance, like you said. Sometimes I do it too much, and it's not to mention how fucking unrewarding it is, and every YouTuber says this, I think, how unrewarding it is when you make a video that's like heavily edited, then you put a lot of effort in, and it performs way worse, or like worse than like some video you put no effort in. Like literally one of the videos, it was like, what happens when Tommy plays Japan and Hoi 4MP? That video is so dog shit compared to other videos, but it got like 800k views. And I don't know why. I still don't know why. It's a shit video, in my opinion. But it does way better than like a France video, which I like worked for like 18 hours straight because I didn't want to sleep. I wanted to make like a cool moment with like the war music and like blah, blah, blah. And that video got like 150k views. So yeah, that's the balance.
And that's sometimes scary as a content creator when you do less effort content. Let's make an example for Twitch. You play a shitty format that you don't even like, gets easy 2k views. That gets you this feeling of, this shit works. I could do it again and again. And I think it's always important to pull yourself up there again and stay with the quality, as we are doing, I think.
I think it's okay. I think it's okay sometimes to make a shit video. Not a shit video, but like a not as high effort video, because I think it's a lot from the audience expecting. Like Donkey, for example. I think a lot of people watch that. Donkey, video game Donkey.
Yeah.
Like he puts a lot of effort into videos, and I think it's okay for him just to like not have good videos all the time. Like it's complete, like really good videos. I mean, high effort, really good videos. It's okay sometimes to just take a break. Like it's okay sometimes to play World of Warcraft for you. Like we'll have like a period, like a week where you play World of Warcraft. It's okay. Like you want to not burn out. I think that's really important. You want to not burn out, but not be like feel pressure. I need to make good videos, otherwise I'm gonna fucking lose my job or some shit. You should never. That's okay. Now people are gonna be think like, but that's kind of like the downside of capitalism. I feel like the downside is like, sure, you're more efficient and more productive, but like that stuff, when you force people to do that shit, that's what kills a lot of people, you know? That's what kills a lot of people inside. When you have to like non-stop push yourself to like stresses to make it something really good, you know? But yeah.
That's true. And I just saw the question in chat, what motivates you to work? And sometimes when I'm among normies and normal people, they say something, which I sometimes think about. They say, hey, it's going so well with you, you have your own company, you have your own time, you can do what you want, you make good money. Why don't you just take a week off and take a trip? Why don't you just go travel, blah, blah, blah. And I have this feeling, which I think is the self-employed feeling of, you can't leave your baby alone, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Don't you sometimes feel, man, I could just take 2 weeks off and I could just go to Greece on the beach or whatever. I could just do that. But we actually don't do it, which in Germany we call the curse of the self-employed man, because we don't want to leave our baby alone. Do you have the same? Do you feel that? Like
100%, yeah.
Like you just said before, you don't take big breaks.
Yeah, 100%, of course, because like, so there's I think 3 things that I always think about. First of all, I have a dedication to the audience to give them a video. I owe them that. I that's how I do it. They want to get entertained. They maybe have a bad day. Maybe someone like, I know those comments always get me. They have a bad day, and I'm like, I want to like have them something that they can relax, because everyone has bad days, and just want to watch something and not think about all the bad shit. Like I don't know, I watched fucking Tyler 1, for example, and like I feel good after watching it. So like I want people to like feel like that. That's the first thing. Second thing, obviously, like the algorithm is gonna fuck you if you don't do that stuff. That's the more business side. And the third thing is I don't know. Like the third thing is just like, I want to be disciplined, kind of. I guess I want to be disciplined. I don't want to like. I think I can take a break when I need to. I don't really need a break most of the time, because I have a decent lifestyle. Like with this job, I can do whenever I want. And maybe one day the job ends, and then I can like chill and go on a month in fucking Greece or some shit, right? Then I can relax. But while I'm actually like working, while I have the success going on, I should push the success to the maximum. You shouldn't like lose an opportunity, you know?
True. I always felt about this in a way, and I don't mean this disrespectful, chat. It's just true. Me and Markoni struck a gold mine, and I always feel like this gold mine is temporary. It's not gonna be there forever. And you better get into that gold mine every fucking day, or you're gonna regret it one day.
Yeah, of course. Like, you gotta future-proof yourself. Like, it's that honestly. You don't have a degree. I don't have a degree. We're gonna have to like go back to college or some shit.
Yeah, that's true.
So why just lose an opportunity? I can go vacation when I'm like 30. Then I can when this that lies maybe I can go on vacation when I'm 30 because that'll be there, right? Maybe that's a bad way to look at it because then like oh, you're losing your youth. Like what my parents always say that to me. You work too much because you should have fun. You're fucking 20, blah 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 blah. But I'm like, nah. I mean, it's kind of the same. My parents also don't take many vacations at all. They always work because they're also self-employed. So I guess I don't know. That's like also like a part of it.
Dubot says a good thing here. When you're 30, you're gonna say, "I do it when I'm 40." I think it's important that you and me don't forget when to do that. You know, you just keep working, and suddenly you're 40, and you never took big breaks. You know.
Yeah, I mean. But like, do you enjoy your current life, like your everyday life? Do you enjoy that?
Yes.
Then
but there's always these thoughts that you know that you could do more vacation. I mean, now not anymore because my girlfriend has a job now. She's limited in her vacations. But yeah, that's also a big plan I have this year. That when Lisa has free time, that we do big trips, right? And then it has to be okay to leave the stream behind for 2 weeks. It has to be okay.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Important.
Yeah, it's not fair for people to ask you to like work every day to like for a year. No job does that shit. Like in Germany, I mean in Serbia there's like a month of it, like I don't know, like 2 weeks or something. You mandatory. You have to give like an employee 2 weeks vacation. You have to give it to them. So like that's completely normal. Everyone has that stuff in Europe at least. America's a little bit different, right? They kind of suck. But like people go on vacation. People take breaks, and I don't think content creators in general do. So yeah, you should. I mean, I don't see a problem with like taking a week off just to go on vacation. I don't think that's not gonna kill your channel ever. That
brings us to the next question, where I want to feel like if you have the same feel, because me and Markoni are so connected. I want to know if he has the same thoughts and feelings and problems than me. You also have this. I have this thing that people in private life tell me often. My girlfriend tell me often. As a self-employed guy with a baby like we have it here, it's very, very hard to turn it off. You know what I mean? You carry, at least I carry this always around me. I always think about the stream. It's so hard for me to turn it off. What is the next project? What should I do tomorrow? You can't turn it off, which I think is also a bit unhealthy. Do you have that too?
Oh, 100%. You know how I feel? This is how I feel every time I edit a video. Even today, like just before this podcast, whatever, talk, I'm like making a video for the Kaiserreich Poland game. And I'm making like something that I think is really funny, and I'm like, and I look through it, I'm like, I can improve this, I can be better at this, I can keep improving this, keep being better at this, and then you just like waste time, and like and then it takes up your entire day. You don't have time for yourself, and then like that, like, and then when I'm like outside with people, I'm like in my head, I'm like, oh shit, I need to check if this did, like, if the video got released. I need to make sure the video does that. People DM me on Discord. You never like normal jobs have like a thing. You go to your work, 8 hours, you work. You come back, you're fine. But with this job, like you probably have this all the time. You have to like keep thinking how to improve. The job is always like around you, right? There's always like the job around you. You can't really escape it. It's kind of
cursed, but that also leads to greatness. Like you just said, man, you give a fuck about these videos, and that's how a good product in the end comes around, because you give a shit.
Yeah, but then it's hard because that definitely happens. But then you might be really exhausted and like stressed out, and like there's always like two sides to it. You can make something really good, and you can like, but then you're gonna be exhausted and stuff like that. There's a lot of back and forth. But for like important videos like Grand Campaign, rip. It's never gonna happen. Fucking rip. But no, I'm just, like, what is it called? When it does happen, I'm gonna like put a lot of effort into the video, right? Like I'm gonna like put a shit ton of effort. Even the biggest problem for me, at least, you have this exact same thing. I know when you play a Hoi 4 game for like 4 streams, you get bored of it. It's just fucking boring doing the same fucking thing over again. That's what a video.
I lose the connection. I don't feel it anymore.
The strongest part for me, and for you playing Hoi 4, I know this because I've literally watched you for 3 years. The strongest connection, emotional, and the best part is always in the beginning and maybe the middle.
True.
The ending is always gonna be kind of because you're always connected. Same for me. I always get like a little bit disconnected, and then I have to like go through pure fucking willpower to go through that ending to make sure that it's actually good. True. Otherwise, like the beginning is always rough. That's why intros for Grand Mega Campaign, you can see that the first beginning of half the video is like, I think it's pretty bang. It's like a banger, right? I don't think the second half was not maybe as banger because it's just me willpowering through it, right? That's kind of like how it goes. Yeah.
True. And something I hate about myself as a content creator is that thing you just called willpower. I sometimes miss that in me. It's lacking. I mean, people who watch me not notice. I play something and then I'm like, oh, I don't feel it anymore. And I legit, like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, today I have to play the Germany campaign. Ugh, I don't want to do it. And I don't have the willpower like you. Then it's very hard for me to then do it.
That happens to me too. I'm not gonna like pretend like I'm a fucking like super disciplined god. I'm a fucking monkey like everyone else is. But like I think for me it's like I read this somewhere like 2 years ago. Motion before emotion. That's what they said in English. Motion before emotion. Just start doing something before thinking about it. So like what is it called? So when I think about editing, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta finish this long ass video. Oh my god, it's so annoying, dude. My eyes are gonna burn. Like because of that. But then when I start doing it, it's actually not that bad, you know? Motion before emotion. That's kind of like same with working out and everything, honestly. Like working out, like there's like kind of like I feel like your brain gives you like some like I don't know, like some chemicals to be like, okay, this isn't that bad. Okay, this is kind of fun, and it makes you push. But when you think about it, then it's fucking terrible, dude. You wanna, like, oh my, you just don't want to even like start doing it.
It's a bit more scuffed and on a live stream, because let's say I have a campaign and I go into the third part of it and I just really don't feel it, and then like acting or pushing yourself for many hours. Oh man, this campaign is fun, guys. It's almost impossible for me, man.
Oh yeah, you should. I think the only thing that I always think that you should do when it comes to that stuff is try to like somehow come up with a good ending real quick.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for the audience, so they don't feel frustrated for no ending. That's the only thing that has to happen, and then you can just stop earlier.
Yeah,
like, for the Kaiser thing, that's what you did.
That's something I want to teach myself. For example, with the Poland game that's about to come out, boys, you see where I just call quits. I'm like, okay, we achieved the goals here. We don't have to push any. This is it, man. We found. I'm getting better at that stuff. Yeah.
But you did a good thing. I noticed that you did a good thing where, like you said, oh no, there's gonna be a Cold War, but Poland's gonna build nukes, so no one can touch it. So it's neutral land. You know, it's kind of like a storyline just to like end it on a good note.
Yeah,
that's
open-ended.
Like
open-ended.
Open-ended.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Markoni, before we went into this beautiful life that you have right now, we had a long road ahead of us where we didn't make a lot of money. Maybe we could tell the viewers in the first 2 years, the struggling years as I call them, where we just edited, we made content for peanuts. How did you experience this years? How did you have the willpower to keep believing in me and this thing? How walk us through these beginning years of the big struggle.
So yeah, after like I offered to edit for you, then we started doing stuff. Obviously there's videos here and there, and for the first like 2-3 months it was really fun. Like it was really fun to do that stuff, and I was really excited like every time out of school to like come out of it and do it. And instead of playing like games with like my friends or anything, I really just wanted to edit because I felt like, holy shit, this is really fun. People like I like the content, stuff like that, blah blah blah. But then after a while, because we literally made no fucking money. Nothing made money. YouTube was demonetized. Twitch didn't make any fucking money. There's like only 100 viewers maybe at the time, and there was nothing there. So then it was like 8 months. There was 8 months where we basically I didn't make any money. You barely made any money. You were still working in a supermarket. Then I remember you were saying to stream, guys, maybe soon I'm gonna have to like stop making streaming as much because I have to go back to law and study more.
I remember.
I remember that. That was really. I think it's very emotional in my brain because that stuff I was like, oh shit, now we gotta fucking end this really cool thing that we had. There's no way it's not.
I don't even remember. There was actually a moment where this whole thing almost stopped.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
It was very sad. I'm gonna be honest. I felt very sad. Like I was like, man, this is not gonna go anywhere. I really thought I was gonna like get somewhere. We both put a lot of time into this, and I felt really sad. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna like. He's gonna have to go back to like being a lawyer, whatever. I'm gonna stop doing this as much, and then I'm not gonna have as much fun. And then one fucking video. There's like one video I can't even remember which one it was. Maybe at Germany with the new DLC. It popped off in like before August, it was July. It just like June, July, it just spiked like crazy. Then the money started to come in. People flooded the stream. That's when money started, and then it was the first time both of us got like an actual good payday where we actually made some money. And I was like, holy shit, is it actually happening? And then it kept going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And then like finally the YouTube got monetized in like November or something. I don't know if you remember that? The entire time it was monetized. The entire year. There's like
which means is demonetization is no matter how good Markoni edits or how good his videos are doing, there's zero income.
Oh no. It's not even that. It's not the yellow button that all people think about. It's literally like the channel is not allowed to monetize because it hasn't been reviewed yet. Because they implemented a new system where they have to review every single channel before allowing it to monetize. And we applied February or March, and they accepted in October. We didn't make any money on YouTube until like October, November, and the only money I got was from Tommy giving me from the stream because people donated and all that stuff. And that stuff happened. There's no income on YouTube, and then YouTube started starting income. 2019 was probably the big year where everything really went crazy. Like, and then but before that, dude, there's like 8 to 9 months or whatever where we didn't make any fucking money. It was starting to get. I was like starting. Okay, maybe I should just stop doing this thing, you know. And you were like, I have to go back to back to school, right? And it was really depressing. I mean, there's also like I also had like a lot of IRL stuff as well. It was kind of a meh year, you know. But then like it started kicking off, and then it honestly like spiraled out of control. Yeah. So before that, it was really like discouraging. Like it's very discouraging.
And I think that's the moment that you have to walk through if you want to become successful. I mean, some people are lucky, they grow fast, but this is the critical moment where you have to stay strong. I will think a lot of people jump off there. And as Markoni just remembered me, we almost jumped off. I remember. Yeah,
I don't think you can have a lot of examples where like people keep doing something that much without getting paid at all. I don't think there's a lot of examples when it comes to that stuff. They're always like, oh, I'm gonna stop uploading for 2 months because I have to study for school, guys. And no, we're like two monkeys. We're like, I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'm just gonna keep doing this, you know, like.
But in the end, it gives also this genuine character, this whole enterprise. How me streaming and you editing was just two guys having fun. Like this story shows we never did this to, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna buy nice things. We just did it because it was fun. Yeah. Right. Did you ever in the beginning feel like, oh man, I'm gonna make a lot of money here? I don't think so, right?
Nope. I actually. So I'll give myself a little bit of credit. As I said, I thought you had a lot of potential to be an actual like content creator. That's why I even offered, because I was like, maybe this guy, it's like kind of like a stock, dude. That's what it was. It's like a GameStop, dude. It was like GameStop. but in fucking July or something last year. That's what it was. I was like, maybe if I just like do this, push this, maybe we can get somewhere. You know, maybe this actually can get somewhere, because I think I'll be better at editing than like a content creator. Because I really didn't like making the videos. I only did it for the free DLCs, like I mentioned back in the day. I only did it for that. I didn't really enjoy like making. I'll be honest, I don't really like Paradox games that much anymore. I think they're kind of shit. That's just my opinion. I think they're kind of shit, and people. I don't apologize. I think they're shit. I think Way 4 is a decent game for sure. I think it deserves to have a lot of players. That's the long game. But CK3, dog shit. Empire Sin, dog shit. EU4, I don't know why. I don't know why people play it.
Too real.
Yeah. It's a lot of nostalgia. That's what I have it too, like Stockholm Syndrome, whatever. You felt, dude, these games were so good back in the day. Victoria 2, Hearts of Iron 2, fucking CK2 or some shit. Before they had this like stupid like thing where like, oh, let's release a game, guys. Let's release an unfinished game that like, and now we're gonna throw 3 years on top of it and like to fix it. I really hate that like kind of like thing. I don't.
Yeah. Problem is, I think in the end that they still make money with this stuff. That's why they keep doing it.
That's the issue of like the current system we have in the gaming thing, right? Like,
so interesting that you said you saw it like a stock, because I exactly always felt the same. It's like a stock. You're like a company, and you keep investing in it, and it can grow. It also can go down. I think about this often lately, because for the first time ever, my channel is stagnating on a good level though. Like it doesn't grow or go down right now, which is still fine. And it feels really like a stock. You have to invest time and energy to make it grow again. If you don't do that, it goes down. If I just play World of Warcraft all day on stream, it goes, oh, bye-bye. Well,
it's also like not even, how do you explain this? I always felt like there's a reason why, I guess PewDiePie, I don't really watch PewDiePie, but I understand that like he evolved a lot throughout the years. He always keeps switching up, and you can't just keep doing the same thing. I'm sorry, listen, I love Arumba. I used to watch his fucking EU4 fucking things 2013 and shit. Like he was, I watched this video, but he just does let's plays that are unedited. Who's gonna watch that in 2021? No one like has the attention span anymore, right? Like there's a reason. You have to evolve content over time. Like feedback. He used to like do full Let's Plays, and now he does edited videos, and the edited videos perform really well. You have to evolve over time. You have to evolve with the audience. And if you just keep not using your brain to think what's gonna be good, then obviously like it's gonna stagnate like really hard when it comes to like some stuff.
Well said, exactly. I also take PewDiePie as a great example there that I idolize in the case that you have to grow. Like you often hear, Tommy, why don't you play 4MP anymore? Because we're growing, man. The game's getting older, the community is dying out. I want to do different things, right? I think it's very important to do that. But I also have other examples. Like today I was watching Flurry Worry, and that dude is doing the same thing every day. He just plays EU4. Yeah, he just plays EU4 every single day, and he's doing great, man. He's doing great. And
I've never watched Flurry Worry, but I know that people talked about it. He does like challenges or something. He does like really hard things. That's maybe why he keeps on doing well, because those challenges are different still. They're not just like a Let's Play without any thought in it. That's why the performance. If you just did, for example, if you just did single player games, like vanilla and nothing else, I think it would stagnate. I genuinely think it would stagnate. People get bored of like vanilla, same shit, old, like not even achievement, just playing the game. That's it. Yeah. But when you have like a preset goal, like with fucking what is that Island Nation? There's like that one Island Nation in Japan in EU4, and you do world conquest of it. That's like a hard challenge. And if you keep coming up with new hard challenges, then people still want to come. So if you, for example, now what you're doing is instead of playing single player achievement runs, now you're going to mods. That's new content, and you keep evolving the content. You don't have to like do drastic evolvement, right? You don't have to evolve like crazy. You just do like small little changes just to spice things up, so people want to keep coming. Because eventually, it just gets boring watching the same person.
That's true. Yeah. But I always envied Flurry there in the case that he can stay in one game, and it's all single player, I think, and just stays there for years, man.
Yeah. It's crazy that people enjoy those games like that. I can never. I always like have moments where like, okay, even with everything in life, food. If I keep eating the same food for like months, I get bored of it, and I can't eat it for like a year. If I play the same game for months, I get bored of it, so I have to like play a new game. If I watch someone, I only watch for like 2-3 months, and then I stop, and I get to find another person. I'm very like, I need to switch it up a lot. And that's what I think that's a good thing, because I understand why people want to stop watching us, for example, and it's completely normal. Because 3-4 months, I mean, now you move on to something else. Maybe you come back eventually, which is completely fine. Like, it's part of the thing. You just want to keep on a coalition. You want to just keep like getting more and more people that are gonna watch it, and maybe you're eventually gonna have to replace people. People just get bored. You can do. There's nothing you can do about it. People get bored. Yeah. Like.
That's something I realized on stream now, after 3 years, that you see a lot of names, you don't see them ever again, and a lot of new names coming in, which is just normal. That shouldn't scare you. It's just a normal process. It's
change. People don't like change in general. Like, people are very scared of change. Yeah. And it's just
yeah. But I always felt like, and I think you fully agree, that it was very important for us to slowly, step by step out of this Hoi 4 thing. If we get stuck in Hoi 4 forever, that's not gonna be well. I always felt we have the potential to slowly step out of it.
Yeah, I think the issue with like stepping out of stuff is Hoi 4 is always like the thing you can come back to if you need to like make content. But I think the issue is stepping up, and you need to come up with something new. Like, you need to come up with something new that like no one really came up with before. If you just start streaming fucking let me think, I don't know, like Dota or some fucking dog shit game like that, or some new game that released. If you just play the game, that's honestly not enough. You have to like do some like crazy new thing that no one has done, because there's just way too much competition. The market's so flooded, it's insane. Like, there's so much shit you can watch. Why would I watch some little guy play League of Legends instead of just like some huge guy like Tyler?
Exactly.
Like, why would I watch him? It's just more entertaining, and I know what I get. It's quality content. Why would I expand? Why would I try and it's like trying out food. Like, you know when you eat like a pizza? Yeah, like really good pizza. You fucking love that pizza, dude. You always want to eat it.
Pineapple.
And then pineapple pizza, right? And you want to eat it all the time. But then you're like, oh wait, but they have like this kind of pizza with like some, like, I don't know, like tuna, mushrooms, stuff like that. It sounds kind of decent. And then you order it, and it's fucking dog shit. It's like terrible. You don't want to eat it. You want to like, you eat one slice, and you're like, I made the biggest mistake of my life. That's the same way with like watching people. I would rather just watch someone I know is good instead of experimenting with someone that's like not. And that's the issue.
Yeah, and I think the big challenge for us too is this step, which I think we're slowly doing. But I think when you step out of your bubble, which our bubble is right for, you need to do it in a topic and in another bubble that kind of connects with your audience. When I play Warhammer or Red Dead Redemption, I get my 1,000 viewers. When I play Warhammer, I get 500 viewers. You need to do something that your core audience, my Hoi 4 audience, also feels connected to. Strategy games, something like that, you know? You gotta be always very careful there, step by step.
Or just general topics. Like, reaction videos are always gonna do well.
That is ridiculous. Dude, we started doing reaction videos like some weeks ago, and Markoni fucking calls me, dude, these reaction videos are insane. I think the reactions are gonna be a future thing here on this channel. People love that stuff.
Isn't Drew like completely transformed his content from actual games to like memes and like Reddit and like just like reacting to like
random... Is that true? I mean, if it works for him, why not, right? Why not?
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that? That content is always gonna like be relevant. That content is gonna be relevant. You know, content is always like something and it's other people making stuff and you're just reacting to it, which is insane. I think it's insane how low effort it can be. I'm not saying Drew's fucking content is low effort. It's not. He releases every fucking day and it's like good content, right? But I'm just saying like reaction videos in general are low effort. That's the dead honest truth about it. They're low effort. Yeah. There's not. When you make original
that scares you. When I did the reaction streams, man, it's like so easy. The mental load, the stress is so much lower. People love it. Gets 2K viewers, man. I'm like, what the fuck? You depend a lot on like how good the original content is. That's like that's the part about it. You just like you get carried, kind of. You get carried by the original content. That's true. You get carried, but you have to act in a way that it doesn't look like you get carried. When you react to a video, as I think I'm doing very good, you have to always pause, own opinions, stuff like that, because otherwise it's really just leeching, man, which is not cool.
I can't believe, you know, when people are like, why are you pausing the video? Just let it play. Yeah. And I'm like, but just watch the video yourself.
You have to do that, man, otherwise it's just straight up stealing, you know?
Yeah, like, like I and it's also, I don't know, it's just like I understand why it works, and I'm completely cool with it. Like, why would I watch a video on my own when I can watch it with like someone reacting to it and get another take and compare it to my take? You know, like, that's kind of like the whole thing about it. And react harder. You have to react.
I mean, you, the viewers, you guys love this shit. You guys are the problem. I like this question here. Let's make a little topic switch here. What was your biggest fail on editing? Or let's change the question. What was for you the biggest challenge of improving yourself as an editor? And do you still feel like you learn a lot as an editor, or has the curve gone down a bit and you feel on a good level now?
Biggest, I think it's just putting your I don't know what's the hardest. I don't know if there's a hardest one that I can think of, but I think the big part is about like putting yourself in a spot of the viewer thinking what they like. Because back in the day, the videos that were at the beginning, I made videos that I thought they were funny, right? They were funny. They were way too like over edited and badly edited, and they weren't funny to the general audience. But when I put myself in the shoe of what a Hoi 4 player loves, a lot of gameplay and stuff like that, and not editing too much, like then that's when you actually start having success more so. And like you have to put it yourself in the shoes. Sure, you might think that like it's more fun to make, maybe it's cooler to make over edit something because you like it personally, but they're not gonna like it. You have to adjust to what the other people like, which is a fucked up part. Like that's not really how you should live life ever, right? But that's part of the job, right? You should never think like, oh, I have to do this because someone else likes it. No, you have to like, for the job you have to do that. But for real life, obviously you shouldn't, right? But like, for the job, you always have to put yourself in like a shoe of someone else to make actual good content. Because otherwise, you need to know your audience, kind of. But I guess learning the program is also hard. And there's a lot of like, how do you say it?
Which program do you use?
I use Vegas. So I just don't like updating the program because I don't think it's that big of an improvement. I use Vegas.
Sony Vegas, that's the name, right?
Yeah, Sony Vegas, but I use the 14 one. And there's an 18 version out. Sony Vegas 18, I use 14. Because I look at it, I'm like, okay, what's the improvement here? If I want to improve, I'll just go to Adobe or some shit, right? And that's a question I always get. Here, I'll respond it now, and people can link this every single time. The best program for editing, okay? Vegas is easier to learn.
Windows Movie Maker. That's what I used back in the day.
Everyone used it. That's the best one. But after that, you have Vegas, right? That's like a good one for beginners, but you gotta it has limited options. Adobe is the best one by far. Adobe Premiere is the best one by far. but it's kind of harder to learn. That's why I don't really recommend it as much. But if you want to like, because listen, let's be honest here. When you start doing something, do you want to do the hardest thing possible? No, you don't, because you're gonna get intimidated. You're gonna get bored. You're gonna not like it as much. So you should just do I think the easiest, and then you can put it into the harder one. So I would always say Vegas, Filmora, which we actually got sponsored by, but genuinely like a good program. Filmora, Vegas, or maybe DaVinci. That's a new one. Those three are for starters, and then Adobe Premiere later on. That's the best.
I know nothing about this stuff. I just always respect editing work and editors. I also think it's a big job in the future. For the future, it's looked more and more like. I just talked to my dentist, and he was like, "I'm looking for an editor to make dentist videos for me and stuff." Editing has a big future, and I respect that a lot. Because back in the day, I always tried, many years ago, I tried to be a YouTuber and stuff, and I got Sony Vegas, like a fucking illegal copy, and I did not understand anything, man. I didn't understand what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, it's again intimidating. Like teaching or like learning new things, new program, you gotta like do it step by step. Everything you start, you gotta do it step by step. You gotta like, I don't know, you gotta like make sure there's like a part of it every time you learn, and then eventually like it's like a puzzle kind of, right? Like slowly you piece every like piece together, right? You make a puzzle out of it. Eventually, then you're gonna understand the program.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, everything's gonna fucking be.
And you need to have
right?
the discipline to really go through it. I always felt like I didn't have that when I tried to editing videos.
It's very tedious job. Like you have to like be able to tolerate the amount of like you keep doing kind of like, it's not the same thing, but like let's say right now you do there's a moment happening, and I need to like zoom on you. I have to keep doing the same zoom, and now there's gonna be like someone like Dave or Feedback, like he's gonna just say, "Oh, but just make a script of it." You know, make a script of it that exactly does the zoom. And I'm like, sure, you can do that, but it's
the
zoom is but it's issue when like my head is over here, and you move a lot, Tommy. You move a shit ton, okay? You move a shit ton on camera, so you can't just do it, right? Like for like someone who doesn't record stuff, it's easy. But I always want to have a personal touch to the video. I don't want to just like optimize everything, kind of. You optimize what you can, right? I guess, but you want to like make sure it's always your touch, your sprinkle. Like every time I do a zoom, I want to make sure it's the best zoom possible, not just like, well, just use the script and make the zoom there. Maybe I'm wrong. I just always like having a personal touch on like a video, just making sure like I know that something is good.
Sometimes I think when I go down, when TommyKay goes down, I literally have nothing but you, and that's very clever. You have this editing thing, which again I think is the future, man. This will always be sought after. I think, you know, you get in the university, you get a degree. I think your degree, as weird as out, is my channel. In the future, you can always be, look, I built a fucking 300,000 sub channel, man. What the fuck you want? Look at my videos. I'm great at editing, which is a great.
You showed them one of the videos, dude, and they're just like, "What is this complete degeneracy? What is happening in these videos?"
But it's a huge success, and it always it's like a degree in a way, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's the downside for you, right? You have like,
yeah.
I think your job is more fun, and your job is probably more enjoyable, and there's probably like but then you have like a risk of like, ah shit. I mean, if no one likes me anymore. It's depending on your personality. That's the issue. It's depending on your personality. Mine, it really isn't. Mine is like, if I can still do good stuff, then I can like even do it for other people, right? But then it's like, you might make more money. I might do a shittier, like I might do like for some job I don't even like blah 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 blah. There's like it's like a lot of up and down. Sure, I'm definitely. If the channel dies tomorrow, I'm probably gonna like be able to find something, and you're gonna have a harder time.
Yeah.
But like. I think the best way to look at it is not to think about it. I think it's hard to like just say like that, but you want to like focus on like making sure you can just do the best possible situation right now. If you don't do the best possible situation right now, then I mean, you know, you just have to be in the present. There's no point in thinking about the.
I struggled with that very long. As the channel was built and got more successful, I had like you could say imposter syndrome. I never fully trusted that this thing works. I stayed very, very long at my job at a supermarket, even though the money was already okay and enough, because I never trusted this thing. And it was very hard for me till this day to fully believe in it. Now I believe in it. Now I have like the balls to be like, we can do this. We have the skill. But it took a very long time to start believing in it. Nothing like you can't really change anything overnight. It has to be like a long process of like working hard to like improve yourself. But I think that's just like a thing in general in life. I learned a lot like when I
I think that's a good way to look at life. You should like kind of live in the present. Obviously, you shouldn't like be like, oh, I'm gonna spend all my money today. Not like that. But like, you just focus on the action instead of the outcome, right? I'm just gonna do my best with this work while I can. If it dies, whatever. At least I put in the most effort I could when I did it. At least I tried my best. That's honestly like that's really important. When you do streaming, maybe one day it dies, but at least in your head you're like, I did the best possible action here. You focus on the action instead of the outcome. I think that's really important. Like in general for life. Like when it comes to anything. Yeah.
Like Dekus asks, how did you feel quitting work? That's a very long process. You have to believe in it, man. Very, very scary. And as Markoni said, you have to live in the present, but also you have to always. My parents always said something, and your parents probably said the same. Hey, I'm happy for you that this thing is working, the stream, the editing works, but you should always have a second leg in the thing, right? Please finish your degree and stuff. And that was always, you would always hear this a lot from the parents. You probably had that too, right?
Yeah, I had it too, but I think, I don't want to like be like arrogant. I think old people, they might be right a lot of time, but they don't know like a lot of stuff. They're wrong often. Like
I feel they just were grown up and live in a different time and generation.
Yes, very much so.
What works
Especially
with us
our
wouldn't
parents.
have worked in their time.
Especially our parents, because both of our parents are from communist countries, like back in the day. Both of them from communist countries. They're not from like Western countries where like, for example, with stocks. When I talk to my dad about stocks and stuff like that, he's like, oh, that seems risky. You should do real estate. That's safe. Because he's from a communist country. Like he's from Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
He's still in Yugoslavia and grew up. But in the West, they don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, stocks are the best thing ever. Stocks are the best thing ever. And it's like ingrained in the culture to be very like safe. And like, there's a lot of that stuff, like in general. That's why like our parents are similar. It might be different maybe in the West. I don't know if it is or not. But I think that's a good, cool thing. In general, between us, we have a very similar kind of like background. I think Eastern Germany. I've been to Berlin. Obviously, like it's better than Serbia. But like, what it reminds me of. Yeah, I always said this. It reminds me of bigger Belgrade. It reminds me of bigger Belgrade, more modern Belgrade. It felt very familiar. I didn't really have a shock like I did when I went to Vienna. Vienna was like, holy shit. Okay, this is very clean. Everything's clean. It's so nice. The roads are crazy. And meanwhile, Berlin was like, oh, there's new things here. But it looks like kind of communist. It looks like a communist.
It's just another trash can.
Yeah.
Well, staying with parents, I want to ask you, because this interests me. I think I always asked you this before, but I want to do it on stream again. How did your parents react to you becoming an editor for some German dude? And second question, at what point did your parents stop believing in it? I personally made this experience where my parents, in the end, my mom and Lisa, for a long time, I think didn't so much believe in this thing, which is totally normal, can't blame them, and often said, do you think this is really working? Don't you want to finish your degree? So, yeah. How did your parents walk through this thing, and how do they feel today?
I guess it's cute. I think it's cute. Now that I'm grown up, I didn't really think about it like this back in the day, but I think it's really cute how my parents are. I think, obviously not my parents is like perfect, but I think they were pretty good about it, I guess. I think, okay, so my dad is very oriented about money. He thinks if there's money, then okay, then it's maybe legitimate, right? The first time, actually, that's a cool story, I guess.
May I ask, just really quick, sorry, can you tell us what your parents do for a living? It'd be interesting.
They're both accountants. They've been working together as accountants for like 30, maybe 35 years or some shit. They've been like doing that for like the longest time. They both actually like, my dad has like, I think a degree in computer science. Okay, so my dad I'll give him respect. My dad was a fucking grinder. My dad grinded like a maniac. He went to like Romania to like buy fuel and then sell it in Serbia. He went to like Greece to buy jeans at a factory. And then he put the jeans inside his clothing and went on a train so he didn't have to pay a tax for the jeans. Like, so he would just stuff like...
Here comes the Balkan stories, man.
The Balkans. And there's one thing, he went to Munich with my mom, and he bought a PC in Munich for cheap, because it's cheaper, obviously, in the West, right? He buys a thing. So actually, a cool thing about Yugoslavia is that we were in like East Germany. We can actually just travel. Like it was like balancing between the West and the East. Everyone loved Yugoslavia back in the day. They loved Yugoslavia. So yeah, you could go to Berlin or Munich, and then he went to Munich. He bought a PC, and then he gets the PC through like the fucking border crossing. But then he has to hide it in the truck of the car below, so they don't find it and shit. But then they found it in Slovenia, I think. It was like the crossing of the Slovenia, and then they held it for like a really long time. They held it like for a really long time there, and then he had to go back and forth. Yeah, and then he was like, was telling them, he told them, my family's really now well off, and I'm trying to get my PC to make money for them, and then they gave him a discount. Dude, he grinded like a maniac. That's the one thing I'll say. He grinded like, before being a content, he grinded like crazy to like make very small money, and yeah. But then eventually, he was really good with PCs actually, like in the 90s. No one really did any PC stuff, and
that's true. Yeah.
And he like got like an entire Chinese. Oh, I don't know if I should be saying. I don't know if I should say this, but there used to be a lot of Chinese. Maybe there's still, I don't know, Chinese mafias kind of. They had like their own blocks and shit in Yugoslavia.
Like
right?
Chinatown in a way, or what?
Yeah, kind of like Chinatown, right? And then he would just like have the entire Chinatown to himself, like to do accounting for it. Every single shop in the thing, he would have it for himself because he would like actually, dude. Yeah, it's insane actually. It's honestly kind of. He tells me the stories now. I never knew how like much he had to grind to get to the point. He was what Wolf was to say. He was kind of like a mafia accountant, but not really. He always told me oh, you might make more money if you do illegal stuff and do it for the mafia, but it's always better to go safe and not work with like dirty money. You should always. It might take longer to make more money. You might have to work more, but don't do like illegal black market stuff. Always take the legal way out, kind of. So like
that's a very good mantra.
Yeah, I think, yeah. But anyways, so now it comes back to my dad. He always like, if there's money, he respected it. But then the first time I actually told him I make any money from you, like from the whole thing, when you sent me the first money when Twitch started popping off, right? We were sitting at a table, lunch table, like it was Sunday lunch, and they're like, we're talking about it, and I'm like, hey, so I made 500 euros on the internet. What do I do about it if I want to transfer it like IRL? And he just looked at me. He's like, 500 euros? You know, like what the fuck? And they're like, everyone's confused. They're like, why? And I'm like, because my dad really hated how much time I spent on the PC, like every other parent, right? He would always say, I'm wasting my life away. You should be outside. Blah 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 blah. You're just playing those games, blah blah blah. And then as the first, I fucking hit him back, dude.
That's like, such a good feeling, right? It's the greatest feeling, man.
Look at you, motherfucker. I fucking made
motherfucker.
Yeah, I fucking actually made something out of it. So that was the first time I was like, it felt really good. And now, and then when actual good money started coming in often and stuff like that, he's like, that was the first. I swear to God, this is like actually kind of emotional, I guess. But like, that's the first time in my life I ever heard him. I'm so proud of you. That was actually. That shit hit me.
That's the shit.
I was about to tear up. I've never cried in front of him or anything like that. I was about to tear up. He just randomly came to me. He's like, and I was like, holy shit. That shit, even now, I'll say it out loud. It really like it makes you like, I never heard of that in my life. Like obviously I understood that. He always thought, hey, you're a smart kid, blah, blah, stuff like that. But when he said that, when he just like directly said it, because my dad isn't very direct. You know, he doesn't like, he would never say that directly. But when he said that, I was like, holy shit, dude, that felt really good. I never thought like I needed to hear that from him, because I don't really like care too much about what my parents think. But when they say stuff like that, then I'm like, okay, never mind, I do care. Okay, I do care.
I can totally feel that, man. Parents saying you're proud is a great feeling. Yeah. And I also feel like, dude, I sometimes think our parents must legit be proud, right? For these accomplishments, man.
Pretty insane. My mom, she was really cool about it. I think she was really genuinely cool about it. But she always said, please go to college, please go to college, please go to college.
Same as my mom, same.
Please go to college, please go to college. She was always like impressed with it. She always like was. I don't know if I should expand this. My sister might watch this because she actually watches your videos, like those the ones I post on the other channel, like we talk about IRL stuff. But okay, so my sister and I, there's a weird dynamic, I guess, and in the family, and my sister and I are like super close, like we're really close. But then like there's always like a dynamic, where like. I guess I'm like the more responsible kid, even though I'm younger. She's like 3 years older than me, but my parents always viewed me very more responsible. When I was like 7 or 10, I don't know when it was. I think she was 13, I was 10. They gave me the house keys before her because they always viewed me as like a more responsible kid. When we had any money for birthdays, I was always like, I'm not gonna spend the money. I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna save up the money. I don't need the money. I don't need to buy games. I'll pirate them or some shit. Like I always like saved up every money. Like that's the thing I'm really proud of. Actually, I want to brag about that. When I was 7, I started up saving money, and then when I was 17, I had 2,000 euros saved up just from birthdays and like.
That's insane.
I didn't spend.
Not a lot of 17-year-olds that accomplished that. I
didn't
like 2 euros when I was 17.
Yeah, I didn't spend any money. I always talk to them, my friends, IRL friends. They're always like, "Oh, I spend all the money," and I'm like, "No, I don't care. I'm a fucking greedy fuck. When it comes to money, I don't want like spending money. Not greedy, but like a shill. I don't know what is like a word in English, but I really don't like spending money, kind of, because I'm like always like, I can just like live a fine lifestyle without money. You know, I don't really need money to live like a good life.
And this is where we're so connected. That brings me to my next question, where I'm also very interested. And again, chat, it's never been arrogant, it's just the truth. Me and Markoni are finally, after all this struggle, now have a good life. I mean, it's pretty obvious, man. We make good money now. And in what way would you say that the new income, especially as such a young man, how did that change you? How did that change your mind? How do you see things different now? Because I think in the end, we're both the same. We both come from working class parents. And we are not people that care about having a yacht or Lamborghini. And we're, like you just said, we save money and stuff. How do you feel with this new financial situation?
I'm
do you see changes in your personality?
I'm gonna be honest. I think I've just become more of a hoarder. I've become instead of being willing to maybe spend more money, I just become like I'm like, wait, I need to save up. I need to save up more money. I don't wanna spend. When I became like an adult and actually like wanted to like actually realized, holy shit, you gotta like pay for your own food and stuff like that. I'm like, wait, why should I spend money on some bullshit clothing like that? I shop like, okay, obviously you should find good clothes, but you shouldn't like do some fucking marquee. I like materialism is kind of overrated in my opinion. But yeah, like anyways, I don't know if it changed as much. I'm gonna be honest. In my family, it's really weird. I don't know how this happened. My mom and dad were always like, hey, you make money to live a good life. So if you want to spend it, you should spend it. My sister, obviously, like she spends a decent amount of money, like stuff like that. But I'm like, no, dude. I'm like the most financially responsible in my family. I swear to God. It's really weird. I don't know why. Somehow I'm the most financially responsible in my family because like, I guess I'm just a fucking chill. I don't know what it is. I get that. I just like him. I like seeing the money. I'm like, oh shit. Now it's a 5. Now it's a 6. Oh my God. There's more money. There's just more money. That makes me feel good. Oh wow. I have glasses. These are the same glasses I've had for like 7 years. I'm like, woo. I can just have.
You don't have to smuggle a PC anymore.
yeah, true. It's actually funny about that. My PC. The only reason I bought a new PC. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so proud of this, dude. There's like I was a gas station. It was a gas station, and they give you like coupons. And they sponsor themselves with a PC store. And the PC store gives a 20% discount if you... so I paid like maybe like 5 to 10 euros for gas at a gas station, and I got 20% discount in a PC shop. And I'm like, wait, I can use the 20% discount on every single PC part. Holy shit, I robbed them. I robbed these people, dude, basically.
This is everything. Everything here is mafia and smuggling, man.
Dude, I know it's not. It's a coupon. But this coupon is for every single product. And I was like, holy shit, I can just like... And I said like, for my piece, I said like 600 euros or some shit. Because I spent 5 to 10 euros at a gas station. What the fuck? You know?
That is so like, Balkan. He saved PC part money from a gas station.
Yeah. What? I don't know why they were sponsored. It's like, I don't know why
they just don't think someone buying a big PC in Serbia.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
They don't. They probably didn't think of that. And I just like they lost so much money in that. It's actually insane. Like, I don't know what they brought it to them. I would have still brought the PC parts eventually, right? Maybe not at them. Actually, funnily enough, in Serbia we have a thing. At least where I live in the north, there's a lot of Hungarians here, and a lot of people they go across the border to Hungary to buy stuff, right? Groceries maybe, because it's cheaper. Groceries, or I don't know. Maybe like PC parts. PC parts are like the biggest thing actually. Hungary, you go to Hungary to buy PC parts, and you illegally bring them here. You know, you don't actually like apply the tax. So there's a site. It's called Kupujem Prodajem, which means buyingselling.com, and you just order. That's how I got my mic. I'm not kidding. I brought it from a Hungarian. This is a Hungarian mic right here. It was bought in Hungary. So instead of buying more money in Serbia, you just buy from fucking Hungary. Like that's and there's guys that trade they do it for you. You know, it's insane. That's like honestly like, and that's how you buy PC part. That's how I bought a PC part. But now I bought it in a Serbian store because. Then not to mention we have like a big thing with Serbia where a lot of the PC shops they're owned by the government, like the brother of the president. So the brother of the president owns like one of the two biggest PC shops, computer shops, technology shops, whatever. And so there's a lot of you can see there's a conflict of interest, maybe just a little bit of a conflict of interest, right? And so now so I don't buy from those stores because I'm like I don't want to like I don't want to support that kind of. So there's only like 2 options for me to buy from shops. So it was either that store or some other shop, but they're all very expensive. It's very expensive. And then the other place has cheaper stuff because it's the government kind of the brother of it's Serbia.
Yeah.
Serbia. Let's be honest, Serbia.
The Balkan expression still sounds very different than Germany. Still a lot of
fun.
differences there.
Actually, I think people ask me this a lot. Could you ever like move to the West or something like that? Funnily enough, I really like how scuffed it is here. I love how fucking scuffed everything is. It's so like, it's like it's not really the Wild Wild West, but like, it's kind of like, everything is so shitty. This is how I felt. This is how I felt after Paradise. I really enjoyed my time. It was really fun. But when I came back to Serbia, when the plane came over the airport, I was like, I'm home, dude. This feels like home. Everything feels very formal and like fake, kind of. I'm sorry. That's how I felt about Germany. A lot of stuff felt very fake, and you come back home and you're like, "Hey, this is my shitty ass country."
It's your turf,
Yeah, it smells. I could see
I know exactly what you mean.
Someone burning up. They're burning up what is it called? Like the trash or something in the middle of a fucking. Like this is total, man. Yeah,
your dad just walking around with the jeans.
Yeah, during weddings, people have like a machine gun. And they shoot in the air.
Yeah, at weddings day. Yeah.
My dad shot a pistol when I was born. They rip shirts apart. It's an experience. It's nice to like have that kind of experience. I really like it. I like it here. I like how like shitty everything is.
I get that. Most people love where they are home and settled. Yeah.
That's why a lot of people from Serbia. We have a lot of people that just work abroad, especially Germany. Dude, so many people leave for Germany. It's insane. You don't even know. Like how fucked up it is in Serbia? People in high school are like, "Oh, what do you want to do for a living? What do you want to do when you get
They want to
old?"
leave, right?
I want to move to Germany. They literally say that.
That's a sign of a not so good system when the young people all want to get out.
They're like, there's a girl I was like I was dating with, but until she told me, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna move to Germany in like 6 months." I'm like, and I asked her, but she told me that when I asked her like, "What do you want to do after like high school or whatever?" Like, what are you gonna do? And I told her my stuff, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna move to Germany and just do something there."
Same Romania, same Iran, yeah. That shows really some weaker systems, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But that's like part of the experience. We keep losing people. Like, we're gonna lose like 1 million
keep
people.
Losing people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We keep like in the next like 30 years, I think we're gonna lose like 1 million people or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should probably get Dave in.
Dave is ready to join, gentlemen. We're bringing in special guest. I don't know what this is gonna do. He's gonna shit on us. How do you edit him? I don't know how to do this.
Hello.
How did you do that? What?
Magic, eh?
Where's he coming from? I don't even see him.
Hi, chat.
Because you're full screen on Discord. Hi, Dave.
I'm not full screen. Nah, whatever. Hey, Davey boy.
Hello. I'm here for a little cameo, and I'm gonna fire some Q&A questions at Markoni. How do you feel about that?
I think the Holy Trinity is reunited, man.
You send me we talk about Biden and stuff like that. I can talk about some random ass stuff like this.
Spicy.
Aren't you guys? He doesn't want a camera. He doesn't want a cam chat. It's Dave.
No cam. I'm only gonna be here for like 20-30 minutes anyway. I'll jump in, jump out. Just a little cameo. Say hi. It's feedback. Hey.
You guys are kind of connected, right? I realize. You guys talk and shit. I mean, these guys almost slept in the same bed with each other in Berlin, man.
We were in a room next to each other.
I felt there was some wipe going on.
We don't like text as much now, but whenever something comes up, I guess it's just kind of like sporadic. I guess
Listen, I used to speak to him every single day, and then he tried Adobe Premiere, and he hated it. And ever since, I've just never spoken to him.
Such an old dead meme, dude.
Complete arsehole.
It's an inside meme he's trying to do. Yeah, he has a problem with me. He has a problem with me, like liking to do stuff manually. He always makes fun of me for not like being a boomer, for not wanting to like automate anything.
Hey, Dave is the biggest boomer I know. When he texts me in Discord, man, that guy it feels like Dave lives in a village with like 2 people, and there's no cell phone service there or some shit.
No, Dave is great. Whenever we like, if next time we meet IRL, it's gonna be fun, obviously. But I think it's normal for people like not to talk as much to each other, like when you're kind of older, I guess. I'll explain it. I have that thing. I noticed that a lot.
The older you get, the more you're dead inside, and that's why people don't talk so much anymore.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just like everyone's focused on their
Agreed.
lives.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
fuck
Dave
it.
agrees.
Fuck, what the fuck? I don't want to
By
get
the
old
way,
then.
Markoni, I love the Salt Bay cosplay. It's beautiful. 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
All right, you ready for my
Markoni.
questions? You ready for my questions?
Here we go.
I am.
Markoni, what was the first ever video ever that you uploaded to YouTube?
Oh, this is. You guys know those like old anime openings that people used to upload in like 2009, 10? You just take like an anime opening from someone else, and you just it's like a song, and you put up the song. You take someone's song and you just put the same song, and you just you just put a title, lyrics, and there's no lyrics. That was my first video. There's an anime I watched with my sister. I don't know what it was called.
An anime
AMV.
music video.
Yeah. That was my first video.
What was the anime? What was the anime?
Naruto. Of course, Naruto.
Oh,
What the fuck? Sasuke and Naruto fighting each other.
It's not like
but I didn't do any editing. I just stole it from someone else and I put a song over it. So that was my first one. And then after that was like Minecraft videos with my friend back in the day.
There you go, man.
Yeah, so I would sit like at a table, my PC. He would bring his laptop, and then we would just talk over his laptop mic, and it was a shitty quality, and we'd just talk, hey guys, we're playing Minecraft together, and then I'm recording my screen, but the mic is from, it was so scuffed. It was just a Minecraft stuff. Like, everyone does Minecraft. In 2000, at least my generation, everyone did Minecraft.
They're so Minecraft, dude.
2010, 2011.
Oh,
maybe
wow.
12.
Okay.
It was a long,
10 years.
I lost that YouTube account, unfortunately. I had like a really old YouTube account where I had really shitty videos, but I lost it because copyright strikes, I think. I don't know what it was. I got deleted because of copyright strikes. Funnily enough, that we got a few months ago, or like a month ago. But yeah, that was the first.
The Turks, man. The Turks are the first ones to ever claim us, man.
It's funny that from that series is called Suleiman the Magnificent. That series, that's where the song is from, Suleiman the Magnificent, and that's a very popular drama thing in Serbia. All Serbs watch that TV show, Turkish TV show. We watch Turkish TV shows all the time, right? And people know that. When I told my dad, he's like, "Oh wait, I know that song." He's like, he knows that song because he watched the TV show, and that's the same TV show that I used to watch when I came back from school. They copyrighted. The copyright struck.
Alright, there you go. I thought that's some unknown
so
song.
funny.
Apparently, it's a big thing in Serbia.
Yeah, the last time, 2 weeks ago, when I was at home, at my home city, at my parents' place, at my mom's place, and there was that TV show was on the screen, and I literally got PTSD. I swear to God, I got scared. I heard the song, and I got scared because I was like, "Why is it coming in?" I swear to God, my sister made fun of me for that because she knows that. I tell her about that stuff.
Yeah, Markoni's showing off the guns, huh? He's always like, what the fuck, you know? Look at this shit.
I just like
Beautiful,
I gained weight, unfortunately.
Oh, you gained weight. He's now 60 kilograms. Oh no.
Actually, I'm 70.
I see yourself.
But I
Me
was
and Dave
65.
were old, man. We're already in decline, man. I'm about to be 30. We're like, going down, bro. Like, we peaked. Markoni didn't peak yet.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I feel like my brain peaked.
I don't know.
I feel like my brain peaked, dude. Honestly, like, I feel like my brain is just so much slower than like a year ago.
That comes with chat. They do that to you, man. Yeah. And YouTube comments.
YouTube comments, dude. Maybe I'm killing myself, but I try to respond to like at least like 20 to 30 YouTube comments on every video. I think that kills me, dude. My brain just like deteriorates from like reading that stuff.
It's always the same stuff over and over again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very dull a lot of time.
Oh,
but when
listen, guys, if you comment on a YouTube video, you probably think what you're typing is completely original. It's never been said before. Maybe you should think about the comment a little bit more.
Abdulaziz.
Abdulaziz. When is Tommy gonna play Abdulaziz?
Or the one thing where it's like, oh, what is this song? And meanwhile, I literally make a description. There's like 20 songs in the description, and I'm like, guys, I literally go through the entire video, even the songs I don't edit in. The one that you play on stream, I go to your history on the YouTube channel to look for the song, so I can make sure people find the song. And then I edit it in. The one that you play on stream, I go to your history on the YouTube channel to look for the song, so I can make sure people find the song. And then I edit it in. The one that you play on stream, I go to your history on the YouTube channel to look for the song, so I can make sure people find the song. And then I edit it in. The one that you play on stream, I go to your history on the YouTube channel to look for the song, so I can make sure people find the song. And then I edit it in. The one that you play on stream, I go to your history on the YouTube channel to look for the song, so I can make sure people find the song. And then I edit it in. The one that you play on stream, I go to your history on the YouTube channel to look for the song, so I can make sure people find the song. And then I edit it in. The one that you play on stream, I go to your history on the YouTube channel to look for the song, so I can make sure people find the song. And then I edit it in. The one that you play on stream, I go to your history on the YouTube channel to look for the song, I'm trying my best to make sure people find us, because I know how frustrating it is to not find a song you want to find. And I do that, and people are such monkeys. They're like, what is this song, guys? It's 5:15, and it's in Ivar's Revenge. Donheim Ivar's Revenge, which you heard like 15 times on every single video. Yeah, it's so dumb.
All right, I'm going to go with my next question now. This is a simple one, but I think a lot of this is for the audience. This is for the chat, because I think there's a few people who don't really know who you are, Markoni. And I'm going to ask the question is, what do you actually do for Tommy?
Oh. Okay, so let's see.
We know about the video editing. Give us what else.
Oh, all right, okay. So when it comes to the YouTube channel, I do literally everything. Tommy sometimes, I guess, responds to comments. I don't know anymore if he does still.
I gotta say though, I want to be honest. I always sit when I poop. I check YouTube comments, but I only answer to ones that are like really offensive, like Tommy, you suck at the game, you ugly shitty ginger. And then I like check them, and they make Fortnite videos, and like fuck you. That's when I fucking respond.
So I do like basically all the YouTube stuff. I do that. I do like literally everything that comes to YouTube, and I respond to comments. And then besides the YouTube stuff, I guess when it comes to there's a few things. So we have Discord. I don't really am included there much anymore. I just kind of like set up the mod team, and they kind of take care of it. They're doing a really good job, by the way. Then I do all the emails, and then I tell Tommy on WhatsApp what I summarize the emails.
Worse and worse here, man. Dave is trying to fuck me.
I summarize the emails. It's kind of like a manager thing, I guess. Yeah. I kind of summarize. Yeah.
You can't imagine, chat. It's always I wake up in the morning, and the honest to God truth is I love my job, but I'm a fucking complete monkey man. I literally just want to play games. I never pay attention to anything. And I wake up and I open my phone, and it's Markoni. Tommy, there's an email you have to answer tomorrow. Also, you have to do the sponsorship in 2 days. There's a deadline, and I'm just okay.
There's like 15 messages in a row, voice chat, that I'm telling you what needs to do. I literally have a folder on my desktop right now, which is like Tommy things, and it's just like things that I want to tell you, but I don't want to overwhelm you. That's kind of like what I do. I don't want to put too much on you, because like, I know.
I don't want to put too much on you. It's so real though. It's the truth.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Him and I, this has been so long. It's been 2 years. I kind of know how he functions, right? So I don't want to overwhelm him when I do stuff, because I know he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it, you know? He's not gonna do it. So I'm just gonna do one thing by one. So right now, there's two or three things that I want him to do, but I didn't do it. I didn't tell him yesterday or 2 days ago, because there's a podcast today. So I don't want to overwhelm him. So I'll tell you that in like 2 or 3 days, you know? So I balance out when I tell you something. So I do so the emails, Discord, Patreon. I guess Patreon's kind of dead.
We still have to do Humble Bundle.
Oh my god, we haven't done that.
Here's a basic story about Tommy and Markoni relationship. We have a Humble Bundle account for 3 years, and you guys actually buy games there, and there's like 400 euros in that account. And we just have to set up a text into you. We need to do it together because he has the password. And he's always like, you have time on Friday? Yeah. And then I'm not there. And then he's not there. And we just, for 3 years, we didn't touch these 400 euros. They just still there, man.
It's, dude, I don't know. It was, okay, I'll be honest. It was kind of frustrating at the beginning when I didn't really know you. I wasn't used to it.
Honestly, to God, I felt always a bit bad, man.
I was always like, when are we gonna do this? I wanna like, we should push this a little bit. And I always try to like, or maybe Twitch chat back in the day when I always told you, you need to get rid of these people. They're fucking they're bad, blah, blah, blah. And I would always tell this stuff. And I realized after like a year and a half to 2 years, I was like, just let him do his thing. Just adjust to it, you know? Just adapt. It's not that big a deal. It's completely cool just to like chill. And now I don't have any issue with it. Some people are like, well, what? When you get frustrated at or mad at it, I'm like, no, I don't care. So it's okay. We'll do it some other time. We'll do it later. And it's not that big a deal. Like it's very. I think it's the relationship, the work thing, kind of like developed, and it's very easy just to function now. We don't really have any problems ever, pretty much. And we kind of like let her do. I think the cool thing, I'll give myself credit here. I think the cool thing what Tommy has is that he doesn't have to do like a lot of stuff that other people have to do when they stream. I think I do all that stuff for him, right? That's the one thing I like. I think I like to take credit in, I guess.
And that was never planned. It just like kind of happened. It's that people text us on the business email, and I just never read it. I was just, I don't give a shit about your sponsorship. And Markoni is like, hey man, there's a sponsorship. You want to take that? And then it just kind of happened, man.
I kind of just like summarize everything for him. If there's a sponsorship, I summarize, hey, this much now, then do you wanna? And
I feel so
I
bad.
And then I do. No, actually, really, I'm gonna be honest. I genuinely enjoy managing. Like, I think I would legitimately, if somehow this dies and somehow I can't edit, my fucking hands are gone. I would like to be a manager for someone. I swear to God, it's really fun. I don't know why it is fun. It's just fun solving problems for people, right?
That's good.
I really like.
I really need that. I have a second editor now who's a friend of me in real life, and he starts to realize now who I am and what I am. He's like, Tommy, can you do this for me? And then 1 week later, you didn't do the thing, Tommy. What the fuck? And I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's Lisa's fault. She always occupies my time.
I think you gotta be self-sufficient. I think Tony probably already knows that. You just gotta do most of the stuff on your own. I know there's like other YouTubers who are like, oh, I'm gonna help out with making a YouTube video. Like, I'll help you out so it's easier for you to edit this, like intro or something. I don't even care to ask. I'm like, why would I bore you with why would I bore you with additional stuff? Like when I could just like do it myself, kind of, you know? So it's kind of self-sufficient. I don't know, but yeah.
Nada, thank you for the 20 gifted, man. Thank you very, very much, you fucker. Memory? Fuck. I often see my mind wander off so often now that I didn't have that back in the day. Like, something's going on, and then something else happened, part B, and part B makes me forget part A. That happens so... I think I have Alzheimer's, man, or some shit.
Yeah, it's called Alzheimer's.
Fucking weird, man. The guy gifts 20 subs, I'm like, oh, thank you for the 20. What was going on? Sorry? Fucking mental, dude.
It's okay, you're getting old.
The thing with Tony is, though, he knows me for, like, many, many years, and I was always like that. Like, in school and shit.
I think it's whatever. I don't really mind it. I don't know why... Like, I don't have a problem with it. But yeah, anyways, we wandered off the question like crazy. But yeah, I do like a lot of like, I don't really do any Twitch stuff anymore, really. Like, I used to help out with Twitch a little bit too, but not anymore. I just kind of like let Tommy do that thing now. So I just do like YouTube, emails, Discord sometimes. I used to do that a lot more. And then Patreon, which is, I don't know, Patreon's kind of whatever now. But yeah, kind of managing for him, I guess. Kind of like managerial things, community manager stuff, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of it, yeah. Dave, I'm sorry if we're boring you.
No, that was a really good question. That's really cool. I'll go on to the next one. So what's the hardest part of working as Tommy's manager, secretary,
good questions
editor?
Here.
When he eats with his mouth open.
Holy shit.
That's the most frustrating thing in the world. I swear to God. I literally... There's a timeline, right? There's a timeline. There's a timeline here. This is the video. And there's part here where he's eating with his mouth open. I cut it, and I'm like, I can't listen to that. I'll get mad. I'll get literally frustrated IRL because listening to him, or when he talks with his mouth open, I'm like, dude, I can't, bro. I literally want to punch my table. How much? Like, I don't know why, but that just triggers me. That's the one trigger. If you wanna make me mad, just eat with your mouth open when talking to me. That's or like
I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that.
It's so that's the biggest problem. Anytime anyone asks me that, that's what I always say. I don't really have a problem with like most of the stuff. I guess like maybe like let me think.
I always mute him when he eats, and I have to live with that, says Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa, I don't know, dude. I don't know. You probably don't do that. It's honestly like my IRL friend that does that as well. And I always like, I'm just like, dude, I can't. I just go to the other room. I swear to God, my dad. Imagine this, guys. I'm a 14-year-old kid. Obviously there's my dad's my authority, right? I'm at a Sunday lunch, and there's a soup, and he's. And he's picking it up like a maniac. And he's sitting next to me. I'm like, I can't, bro. I run to the other room. I'm like, I can't listen to this. I have to run. He's like, what's the problem? I'm like, you're eating with your, like, sipping the soup with your mouth, like a maniac. And then he gets mad at me, and then like I'm like, I think that's where I got it from. That's where the trigger is, because my dad used to like do that when he eats something and chews, like a fucking barbarian, dude. And he would just like do that.
This is now going to burn itself into my brain. I will take care of that.
It's just people hate, and I realize that people also hate it. I look at comments sometimes on like
that's true.
On those videos that I don't really edit as much, and there's there's a VOD, and he's like, one guy's like, holy shit, can Tommy stop fucking chewing with his mouth open? I'm gonna go insane. I can't watch this. I love your content, but please stop doing it. And I'm like, he's 100% right. It's so true. But yeah, that's honestly my biggest issue with Tommy. There you go. He's that he eats with his mouth open. There you go. Yeah. Otherwise, I think he's a cool guy.
What's going to change in 2021?
Ooh, dude, you fucking. That's deep, Dave. How do you
Have
come up with
you
this
set
stuff?
any resolutions or anything?
I don't do that. I think that's very. No offense. That's very. You can just do that. You don't. I don't need a calendar change in a year. It's not like time. Like that's the. It's not part of nature, you know. Whatever. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of whatever. Superficial, I guess. Sleeping schedule. That's not changing, guy. Actually, I did change it. 2 days
How do
ago.
you sleep? What is the schedule?
Oh, okay. So this is very interesting. Very interesting topic.
Oh, here we
when it
go,
comes to
guys.
schedule.
That takes me on to my next question, by the way. I'll just fire this one now because you can answer it anyway. What's the typical day look like for Markoni?
Oh yeah. Okay. So let's go a week ago. Just a fair warning, I'm a degenerate. I'm a complete degenerate. I'll accept it. So this is how my day goes. A week ago, I wake up at 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m. You heard that right?
You
Not
wake
a.m.
up at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Yeah. So I wake up 8 p.m. and I'm like, I sit there and I'm like, okay, so I go make myself to eat something. Breakfast as you do on 8 p.m. Every normal person does. And then I eat and then I just like check emails, check all the stuff that's like on my Chrome. I just check all that stuff, blah blah blah. If there's anything like urgent, I take care of that. And then I start, depending on what I want to do. If there's people that want to like, there's two options. Because when you wake up at 8 p.m., you have to stay inside. There's nothing you can really do. So okay, I'll just take a day. This is the better way. I'll take a day from a week ago. And so for some reason at 8 p.m. I start editing for like 2-3 hours, maybe it's 4, and that's my first chunk of editing. And then after that, either like play. Let's say I played games with my IRL friends. I played Rocket League or something because it's a free game and they're Serbs and they want to pay for games. So I played Rocket League. So they play free-to-play games. So let's say I play that for like 2-3 hours, and then it's 2-3 a.m. And at 3 a.m., let's say maybe I start playing with some. I have a lot of American friends online, so I maybe play with them like for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours, and at 7 a.m. right? And at 7 a.m. I probably eat, you know, as you do, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I wake up, plow the fields before I eat. After that, I do my second chunk of editing, and then I either like, I don't know, watch stuff, depending on the day. Sometimes I might read a book or something. There's a lot of different things, it depends on the day. But yeah, and then I should probably go into this the second day. I might wake up at 10 p.m. tomorrow. I don't know. When I feel like sleeping, I go sleep. That's honest. That's how it works. So what happens is, a very interesting paradox happens. Whenever you want to go to sleep, when you feel like it, it turns into you rotating 24 hours nonstop. Sometimes I wake up at 8 a.m. Sometimes I wake up at 8 p.m. Depending on the week. So now, last week I was waking up at 8 to 9 to 10 p.m. Now I woke up at 7 a.m. today. So I kind of did 12-hour, like, I rotated it basically. So my sleep schedule is really fucked up. I don't have a schedule.
That is very fucked. Even in my crazy times, like 8 p.m. That's crazy.
And then I realized if I do for a week or more, I do the thing where I wake up at like 8 p.m. I feel like a monster. I feel like a zombie. I literally feel sick. Like you can tell the biological clock. It's not something good. It's not a good thing to do. So then now I force myself to like be awake until like 9 p.m. 10 p.m. and then I go to sleep and wake up at 6 a.m. And now I'm trying to be a responsible young man, as you should, and wake up at like a normal person would. Oh, wait a second, 12 p.m. Okay, I still wake up. That's normal for me, by the way. 12 p.m. is normal. Okay, so I'm a degenerate. I don't know what to say. Like depends on the week. So that's why I'm always like, when people are like, "Why are you online at 5 a.m.?" Because I just woke up or something. I don't know. Like maybe like, or I've been woke. I mean. It's very hard to explain, you know?
The greatest way to know Markoni is awake is, me and Lisa, we're the biggest boomers, right? We go to bed like fucking 10 p.m., right? And we're laying in bed, everything's over, and then suddenly this happens. And Markoni's a guy, he doesn't text only once. He texts 10 things, man. And I don't give a fuck with him. And Lisa's like, turn that shit off, man! And that's how I know, oh, Markoni is there.
Yeah. That's how I type. I don't know what it is. That's the way. I don't have to explain. It's like when you talk to someone. When you talk to someone, you don't just like talk. I'm not like, I have a huge speech, and then I tell you that, and then you tell me a huge speech. I'm like, okay, I'll do this quick, and then you tell me something quick, and then I tell you, and then you tell me, then you tell me. That's how I type, kind of. Very zoomer. Very zoomer.
Very zoomer. I do the same. I do the same.
Yeah. I don't have the like.
When you leave the house and go out, what do you do?
Okay, so it depends on a few things. So, it's hard to like say because it's always different. So obviously, like you gotta do groceries. That's like the classic stuff. Sometimes I might have to like, trash. I guess I don't like. Okay, I'm not gonna. That's boring
Trash
stuff.
and groceries.
That's boring stuff. That's very boring stuff.
Lockdown forever.
So I guess I go. I mean, it really depends. So I go out with depending on which friend I go out with. I can maybe go out with a friend. I don't really. Since COVID happened, I don't really like enter a building. I just kind of like walk around with them. I don't really like. I'm not a big fan of like cafes or whatever, like bars, like all that stuff. I'm very much more like reserved. I like just being outside, kind of. If you're going outside, I just want to be outside. I don't want to be like outside. You know what I mean? Like I don't like clubs that much. That's not my thing. I don't like that stuff. Even though like most people my age really like that stuff, I don't like that stuff. I'm very like, it's maybe it's odd to say. Maybe people disagree. I think I'm an introvert 100%. But when I'm like actually hanging out with people, I seem like an extrovert, right? But I get very heavily exhausted.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can feel that.
I get very heavily exhausted by talking to people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like family stuff, friend stuff. I haven't really tried dating that much like this last year. I broke up with my last girlfriend like March, I think. Yeah, March. And since then I've been trying to date. But it comes to another topic. I don't know if I want to get into it because we're kind of like already really long on time. But I just get really bored with like most of the girls that I like try to like date. I don't really like have fun.
They don't like on at 8. They go to bed at 8. They're so boring.
They're not okay. The best way to summarize it, they're not degenerates. They're very normal. And I it's so boring. I can't, man. It's boring. It's genuinely boring. I had this like one girl I was texting with maybe like 2 months, and it was okay. But every time I text her, I'm like, dude, this feels like a job. I would rather edit right now than fucking talk to her. Like, and then I'm just like, I realized I'm like, I just don't want to like date people like this. I hate boring people. Like normie people. I don't know. It's not fun. It's not fucking fun. Like I genuinely don't like enjoy that stuff. Maybe it's like different. I just want a degenerate person. Like I hang out with degenerate people, kind of. Honestly. And yes,
so we need to find a degenerate girl for him.
Yeah, kind of.
Any streamers? No, I'm just kidding.
I got one more question before I head off. Has anything changed about your lifestyle since COVID?
I go out less, but I don't. I mean, I think. Oh fuck! I don't know. I don't think it. Well, first of all, YouTube is doing a lot better. I'll tell you what. COVID is. Hey, it's really good for that stuff.
But, 2020 was a good year.
I find myself excusing myself, like not going out as much because I'm like, oh, okay. Listen, let me just summarize. Wearing a mask is definitely good. Wear a mask and all that stuff. Always do that stuff. But I'm like,
he's gonna say Bill Gates did it.
No.
George Soros.
It's George Soros. No, I just feel myself excusing myself. Oh, if I go outside, I'm gonna have to like wear a mask. I can't be asked, dude. I can't be asked. So I'm just gonna stay inside. That's kind of like, and you should wear a mask if you go outside. But I just really like find myself excusing to go outside less. And I guess I've noticed that like going outside is actually good for you. Just walking around nature, because your fucking brain will completely be degenerate if you wake up at 8 p.m. and you don't go outside, you don't see sunlight for like 3 days in a row. Your brain will definitely fuck up. I'll tell you that much. Like that is definitely something gonna wrong happen. And I have like often thing where I'm like feel like very like ugh, like in the brain, but I go outside and I'm always like, oh, okay, now I'm back to normal. I'm not really changed much. I'm gonna be honest. I just kind of excuse myself to do less IRL stuff, I guess.
How did it change for you, Dave?
I think it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going out a lot less.
Everybody's like, oh, yeah.
I feel like the sleep pattern's just completely gone out of whack. I feel like later mornings and then going to bed in like the early hours as well. That's something as well. I feel like I'm not exercising either.
Wake up, Dave?
Now it varied. Today I was super disciplined and it was like 10 o'clock. But yesterday it was like 2 p.m.
He's a degenerate as well. Both of them are degenerates, but they're hiding. Okay, I'm just honest with you, Chad. Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I wake up. I have 4 days where I don't see sunlight. I am a complete.
It reminds me of my old times.
I see it as a problem. You know, I'm like, I've got to fix this. I'm going to fix this. Markoni's
Nah.
like, this is normal. This is totally fine.
You embrace it, dude. I embrace the fact that I'm a complete like monkey, and I think and I like myself more for that.
Everybody feels so connected to us right now because they feel
Yeah.
the same. We're all just
Yeah.
monkeys.
I was gonna ask something today. It was something
Go on,
about
man.
it was something about going. No, waking up. I don't know what it was. I can't remember now. I fucking forgot. My bad.
Something
I
to do
don't know
with
what
video
it-
editing, isn't it? You desperate.
No. I don't talk about that stuff. Dude, imagine doing something for 8 hours every single day, and then Dave's like, "Let's talk about that. What you do for 8 hours every single day." I don't want to do that, dude. It's okay. I want to talk to you about fucking Destiny, like what you link me, Destiny clips. Him saying something like funny, I guess. That's hey, link
That's
me that.
Dave. Dave, what do
Yeah,
you
link me that.
plan or think is going to happen 2021 for you?
What do I think? I was hoping to get a mortgage this year, but it turns out I can't because I've not.
What's a
got,
mortgage? That's like getting money from a bank for a house or something, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a really big fat ass loan you have to pay out the rest of your life. Yeah, that was gonna happen, but due to technicalities, that's not happened. Maybe we'll do that in my Boomercast. Yeah, that was probably the biggest thing for this year. It really was.
Genuine
And that's-
question about mortgages. Like I don't ever understand why people do it when it's like a really high interest. Was it like a low enough interest for like the mortgage, and that's why I wanted to take it?
I can't
Or
speak
do you
about
want-
Serbia, but the minute interest rates in the UK are all rock bottom. The lowest
Oh, that's
historically
not
they've been
low.
in ages.
That's not. Here it's like 7 to 8% most of the time, and they had like a thing for COVID, which was 2-3%, which is good. That's good. But like when it's 7 to
COVID
10%,
interest.
yeah, COVID interest. That's what it's called. COVID kamata. I think that's what it's kind of called.
Come on.
Yeah,
They're average about 3% the mortgages in the UK at the minute. The ones I looked up anyway.
yeah.
And that, historically, that's really fucking.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, you should always take those because then like over time inflation, that's honestly like you're getting. That's really affordable, right? But I don't understand why people do it when like you have to pay back like so much money per year on interest.
But yeah, that's something I get into right now. Great topic. I just talked to a guy that knows stuff about. Look, you either pay rent or you pay the bank, and paying the bank in the end after 30 years lets you have real estate, and paying rent gives you nothing. And that's a very good argument there.
Or the bank. Choose your
Yeah.
poison.
And owning the bank money in the end will lead to it helps you when you're older because you don't have to pay rent anymore. That's a very good argument there.
It depends. I don't think you should. I'm very much the opinion. I guess I'll just say this. Like, I know a lot of IRL examples where people just take too much credit and loans, but they really can't pay them off, and then they're stuck for 5 to 10 years just paying them off. They work like shitty ass, not shitty jobs, but like they pay jobs, and most of their money has to go to a loan or a credit, and that happens way too much in Serbia. And I understand like that. You don't. Okay, I'm gonna say that. Maybe this is like maybe privilege. I guess I don't know or something. But I don't think you have to buy a house if you can't really afford like paying mortgages that much. Like you lock yourself for 10 years to pay off. Like
Oh, more. The Germans,
Yeah.
they do 30
Yeah.
years. My brother is paying 30 years, for example.
yeah. People. There's like examples where you just like should take it easy. You shouldn't really take loans. Or when people do it for cars, they do it all the time in Serbia. They think. Oh, dude. I don't know if I want to. It's like another story, but like, there's like basically quick summary. I argued with like 2 or 3 guys in my high school, like 3 years ago. I'm like, no, you shouldn't own a car when you have a salary of 300 euros. You shouldn't own a car.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you shouldn't own a car. And then they're like, no, you're wrong. You need a car. And like, just get a bicycle. You live in a small city. It's not that big a deal. And then I did an entire spreadsheet. I am not kidding. I'm autistic. I know. I did an entire spreadsheet of why you shouldn't own a Yugo. Yugo is that like shitty car. I don't know if you know. A Yugo. Were like why you shouldn't own it. And I brought it to school with them, and I explained to them why it happened. And then, this is so dumb. I'm so cringe. It's unbelievable. And then we had a class because my mathematics professor was like, okay, let Marco just take an entire class, explain how this functions and why you shouldn't buy a Yugo.
Education.
Yeah, and this is what I did. And I had like an entire night instead of like doing fun stuff. I spent an entire evening with my mom and dad helping me out make a spreadsheet. There's something wrong with me. I know. That's why I say I'm a degenerate. But like that's what I do. Yeah. So that's.
I think the term investment is used too liberally. I think people will buy something like a car, and I would never describe a car as an investment unless it's something like I'm going to use it to be able to get a longer range of where I can get a job, for instance, like as a major city nearby. Obviously, of course, that's the investment because you don't have to get the bus. You're going to save yourself some time. Potentially, you're going to save yourself money because you're going to have a better job that's going to pay more. So that is an investment. But the idea of buying a sports car is investment. A sports car is never an investment.
Yeah, more so what I was trying to get at when I said that is that a lot of people think like, oh, I need a car to go to work. And I don't know how it is in your guys' city, but our cities are very connected. Like, it's very urban, right? It's like European cities are very like urban, right? And you can just go to work with a bicycle a lot of the time. Like, it's not that, like, especially like my city, it has 300k people, but you can still like go to work with a bicycle. A lot of people go to work with a bicycle, and it's completely normal. Instead of like locking yourself in a fucking shitty Yugo that's 20 years old, we have to like do repairs nonstop. You have to pay gas, repairs, license plate, etc., etc. There's a lot of like expenses with cars. That's why I personally don't like cars. I just have a bike. I don't.
Hey, if you could go back in time and just, my whole career was working and living from home, particularly during the COVID crisis. Everyone's doing it in a minute. There really isn't that much need for a car, unless literally you live out in the sticks and you have no connections whatsoever. But then even then, people are delivering groceries to the home now. That's like a normal thing now. So so much has changed.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, if you work from home, you don't really need a transportation system, especially if you have a decent public transport as well. But I'm obviously very privileged. I don't need a car to like travel. I understand when you need a car when you have to like work from like, I don't know, like from a city to city. That's understandable, right? That you need that for work. But when people say like, but it's not for work and it's because it's out of comfort, you can't really afford comfort when you have a low wage. That's what I kind of view it. But it's hard to like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Is that it, Dave? Is there any more questions?
I think investment too. A mortgage can be seen as an investment because most of the time the interest rate will. Once again, this is all going to be based on depending on the country. The UK has a housing crisis because the country, for the most part, is relatively small compared to the population density. So people who move to the UK find a house. There's not a lot of space to build houses. They're not building houses enough. So the house prices demand is very high. Therefore, prices increase over time by quite a large amount.
Good investment. If the, as you said, if the mortgage.
Yeah, I mean, the UK is the example I'm using. There's probably examples like, for instance, and there's no really point buying a house in Siberian Russia and thinking, oh, that's going to increase in value because the demand's going to go up. Like, who wants to live there? You know,
climate change might. You never know. I guess. That's very dominant.
Yeah, eventually over time you'll probably earn more through the mortgage, with the house increasing in value. It's just something to put money into. I guess it's a concept that took me a long time to figure out. Like where you put in your money needs to increase in value more than the interest rate in your bank account. Otherwise, that money's just going nowhere. Sure, you've got £100,000, but in 10 years' time, with inflation going up, you need to do something with it. Never
keep your money on a bank account. I that's the one thing I like do too much personally because I'm a fucking pussy. I don't like investments. I don't like. I just want to like have money exist and not have to like risk it. But it's so dumb keeping money on a bank account because inflation just kills that shit.
So where do you put your investments then? This is we've got to the meat and gritty now.
What are we doing here? This is becoming some boomer investment talk, guys.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Where do you put your money then, Markoni? Where is it going to increase its
Let's
value
make that
over
the final
inflation?
question. We're after 8. Where do you put your money, Markoni?
Yeah.
And tell them the numbers.
Exactly. The chat wants to know how much do you earn? How wealthy are you? How rich are you? What do you drive?
Per day, I earn 1 million Zimbabwe dollars, and after Zimbabwe, and then some other. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that obviously, but investments. I guess I like to. So the most recent investment I did, I guess, is index funds, because as I said, I'm a pussy, and I don't really want to take care of stocks. I think I'm too. I don't want to spend time just like researching stocks and all that. Maybe I will one day, I guess. But I just think index funds, I researched them. They're very safe. They have a good yield of like 89% per year. And I just put like a lot of my money into index funds, so I'm not getting killed by inflation. That's kind of it. It's kind of like, it's better than like putting it in a bank and then like getting like interest from the bank, because interest from the bank here is like 1 or 2%. It's nothing. It's literally like worthless. That's inflation basically. But with index funds, it's okay, I guess. Why are you guys omega lolling index funds? Do you want me to like just put all your money into GameStop, dude? Just throw it. Just Wall Street.
I think Chad is a bit lost here in this topic. A lot of these Zoomers. But one day this will apply to you too, Chad, man. These are important topics. But I think we should call it. You remember 6 minutes over time, and we could come back for a great investment mortgage podcast one day with the boys. But you see,
Sure.
this is free privileged content creators that think about investments and they don't know what to do with their money.
Yes.
That's in the end the real issue here, man.
It's like we have the money obviously now, but it's just more like future-proofing yourself when this thing doesn't like really work anymore. That's kind of like the entire thing. Yeah, obviously.
And the last thing today, I would say, I think we've reached that point now in 2020 that I kind of believe in us, and at least and I think you too, reached a level where now I'm fine. In a way that if I get banned today on Twitch, I'm fine for a long time.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's like, Twitch admin can now, what the fuck are you gonna do, bitch? Come on. I'm not just kidding. Obviously, it's just a joke.
But hey, if you do it right, this is not joking. Maybe like if you do this for like 5 to 10 more years, if you're smart enough, you can maybe honestly just live with that for the rest of your life if it goes well enough. That's like the one.
That's the oh shit, what I do? That's the plan. But in the end, that's gonna be the topic for the next time. Dave, man, do you have any final words for 900 viewers on the podcast? Pretty good, man. Do you have any final words,
you guys?
my brother?
You're amazing. Check out my podcast with Tommy. It's amazing. It's on Spotify.
Check it on Twitter. He linked it on Twitter.
Amazing. I love you guys. Bye.
Thank you very much for being here, Davey. Markoni, thank you so much. I'm sorry for cutting it off here, but as you said, we talked a long time, and I think we
we said 1 hour.
It's the money talk. Man, thank you so much for coming here, man. It means a lot, man. And I want to, in the end, say in front of everyone, I'm also very, very proud of you. Very proud of what we achieved, man. I truly see you as a friend and partner in this endeavor. In the end, 3 years ago, me and Markoni said it's me against all these fuckers out there, and we're beating them day by day, just by sheer alphaness and hard work. And that makes me very proud of both of us, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing that people got to keep in mind, I genuinely view you as a friend for sure. I think you're honestly like a really good guy. Like I always tell those people when they ask me about them, they might think like, oh, he's your boss or something. No, I think he's genuinely a good guy. I really like Tommy, and I'm glad I can work with someone that's actually like genuinely like a cool person. Yeah, I can just reply the same to you, man. Well then, brothers, that brings us to the ending song. Any last words, Markoni? What would you like to say to the world? Watch the next video tomorrow is from 2 minutes to 5 minutes. Watch that part. It's a response to all the snitches in chat. You guys snitched. That's my last word. You fucking snitches. Don't fucking be dicks. It was supposed to be a meme for 10 videos, and then it would be good content. And you guys fucking snitched. And you know what they say? Snitches get fucking stitches. And you saw in the beginning, take that man serious. Thank you very much for being here. Guys, thank you so much for watching, man. Markoni, all the best, brother. Gentlemen, I see you tomorrow for a Saturday stream. Don't know what I'm gonna do there. All the best. Check out Twitter. Show some love to Markoni on YouTube. Keep waving, please. Keep waving. And all the best, guys. Thank you so much for watching, man. Markoni, I love you. And see you guys tomorrow, man. All the best, boys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You can stop waving now.